Dude, we saw these guys live. Dude, holy shit.
Yeah,
Holy shit. They're so good.
dude, this voice
Yes.
reminds me of somebody.
Dude, Ozzy.
Yeah,
But they got like I guess like more melodic.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
it was hard for me to kind of layer it down, but I heard like Ice Nine Kills
Okay, yeah,
without the creepy clown.
yeah.
So good. So good.
They were really good.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Sup, punks?
So,
Welcome to RockMental for another rockin' week with us, talking about some rock music, some mental health, and everywhere in between. I am Chaotic, your resident metalhead and ADHD brain.
I'm Mayhem. I got that bipolar and PTSD.
I'm Groompy. I get the sads, depressions.
Not fun. Not
No
fun.
fun at all.
Yeah, I'm figured I'm the producer. I have everything they have and more, so
They're
they're very
the
big
fun one.
influences.
Yeah, that's right. We rub off on them a little too much
Yes,
sometimes.
yes.
Cool. Well, welcome to all our new fans. Welcome to all our old fans. What's up, Big Mac? I see you in the chat. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm happy to report, guys, got some breaking
What's up?
news. We are above 5K subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We literally would not be here if it wasn't for you. So please
Yes.
tell all your friends, spread the word. We just appreciate every single one of you that will join us on live streams, on our social media platforms, on our website, whatever. Just helping to spread out the word of, healthy mental health and have some good discussions, and we'll rock our faces off. So
That's right.
Yes. Well, we're on a 5K after this for that.
Yes.
no,
You'll run a 5K.
you'll run a 5K. I haven't ran a 5K since 1998.
I can't
no.
even drive
Big
a
Mac
5K
just said
without
he-
losing my breath.
Big Mac just said he ordered a RockMental hat yesterday.
Oh.
He said he got it yesterday.
You got it yesterday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, send us a photo. We'll put that up, man.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
so
sick.
cool.
And then Seabass says congrats on the 5K.
Hey, it's
Thank you,
Seabass.
Bass.
So
All right, dude.
Seabass.
Happy late birthday to you too. That
Ooh.
was Seabass's birthday a few weeks ago. So, all right. Well, I think we are ready to go to our mosh pit mentality.
Yeah.
think
So, we guys here look like the mosh pit, we like a good mosh pit.
Yeah, we do.
Mostly because this is how we view our community here, right?
Mm.
Just a big group of people getting in there, living life and raging. But there's a rule,
Very important.
a very important rule. You see somebody falling, stop what you're doing, you help them back up.
Yes.
Right.
Every mosh pit that I've been to, except for there was a couple there.
Yeah.
But if you are in the mosh pit, or if you're going through your life and you see somebody falling, what do?
Pick 'em up.
Stop, pick them up, ask them if they're okay.
Yes.
You continue raging, and that's
That's
the
right.
community that we want to build here. So everybody here, if you're live, us, 5 of us. For you over there, if you're watching live, put those horns up, and if you're just watching this and recording, put those horns up.
That's right.
Doesn't matter who's watching. Repeat after me. If you hit the ground,
If you hit the ground,
put your hand up.
put your hand up.
If you see a hand up,
If you see a hand up,
put your hand out.
put your hand out.
Ask,
Ask,
answer.
answer.
That's how we rage to see another show.
That's how we rage to see another show.
Nobody
Nobody
moshes
moshes
alone.
alone.
Thank you very much. Nobody moshes alone. You can go to our website, rockmental.com/help, and there's a bunch of resources there for you all. On back to Groompy.
All right, guys. We have an amazing show for you guys today. Again, as always, we'll go through our week. We'll talk about our feels. Any important stuff that we might have that we want to get out there. We have exciting news for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
What we've been working out outside of this hour and a half slot that we have for you guys, and
Sometimes 2 hours.
sometimes 2 hours.
A lot
You
of times.
A lot of
Whatever
times
you
2
guys
hours.
want to join us for, and most importantly, we have new music for you guys.
Sure
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Amazing
do.
new music that we'll share with you guys in a fun little game.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
This one's being kind of controversial.
I think
it is.
this one. I think this one's gonna be awesome. And we're gonna need your all's help.
That's
So
Yes, we want your input on this. So yes.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Figure, tell them how
Yeah.
you can reach us.
Make sure to head over to @RockMental Official on pretty much all of the good social media platforms. Make sure to head over to rockmental.com. That's where you can buy hats like Big Mac did.
It's over here, dude. It's over here.
What are you doing, dog? You can buy hats and merch like Big Mac did. We got some hats and merch on today.
Yep.
We're on I think we're on Facebook now.
Are we all live on Facebook now?
Ooh,
Oh,
yes.
right. Hey,
Yeah.
we're growing up in the world, man.
What's up, Facebook?
Hello, Bookface.
There we go.
Bookface.
All right, we're good. My bad. All right.
All right.
rockmental.com. You can find mental health resources there. rockmental.com/help. We have our merch page, rockmental.com/shop. We have our music from all of our playlists. We have those on Spotify as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We have some housekeeping to
Yep.
go through first. For those of you who subscribe to us, you may have noticed a new episode of Beyond the Pit was dropped on Friday. We talked to Aiden Kelly with Blue Nicotine. Dude, so cool.
Yeah.
So awesome. His music, we featured him quite a while ago. I think it was one of
Yeah.
our first episodes. But man, this dude's so down to earth, so cool. He has some really interesting influences. It
Yeah.
is so cool. But yeah, if you haven't already, please go onto YouTube, or well, you're already on YouTube, but please go onto our channel and watch that episode, or you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And next week we have also a pretty awesome
Oh, yeah.
episode. Figure, do you want to let them know what we got?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, this is Peter from Abdomen. I'm going beyond the pit this week with Mayhem. Catch our interview on RockMental official YouTube channel and Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music. See you all there.
All right. So yeah, that's right. Like we mentioned to you guys last week, we talked to Peter Van Beets from Abdomen. The dude is a dude, cool, down to earth,
Yeah.
and just real. Like having a real conversation with this guy was, oh man, it was really great. I can't wait for you guys to hear about this, his story on the Beyond the Pit. We're shooting for this week, hopefully end of this week.
Yep.
For y'all to check that out.
Nice.
Just a reminder, everyone. I'm sure everyone knows it's a long weekend, Memorial Day weekend.
That's right.
Memorial Day is tomorrow. We want to send our thank yous to those who have served our country, and paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
Right.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is really a holiday to remember those who lost their lives in service of this country. But one thing I want everybody to remember, I lost 4 guys that I served with to suicide. They went overseas, and they, even though they came back physically, just they left a lot over there.
Yeah.
And keeping those men and women in mind this time. Like I said, if you see a hand up, put your hand out. 988. There's resources for veterans on there. And I miss my guys, but I have a mission now to not lose any more. So you guys get your closest veteran, give them a hug, ask them if they're doing okay.
Mhm.
And if they're not, 988 is where you go.
That's right. 988 does have special resources just for veterans.
Yeah.
Please, if you know someone, absolutely, that's the best place to start. Let's not lose any more service members and veterans
Absolutely.
to the battle at home.
Yes.
And get them the help and support that they deserve.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, if you don't know how to approach anybody like that, we have resources and some signs on rockmental.com/help. We'll talk more about that later.
That's right. We probably,
Absolutely.
we probably need to make a separate section just for veterans.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we probably could.
I will write that down. I'm
I've
gonna
been
put
working on a little bit of
That's
one
right.
of those written things you put on websites, but I forgot what they're called.
I believe they're called blogs.
Blogs. There we go.
Blogs.
About my experience in the military, but also with some guys that I lost along the way, and how some of that survivor's guilt still haunts me 10, 20 years later.
Yeah, it's real, guys. But hey,
Mhm.
and especially if you're a veteran, I know talking with Big Mac from Embering Effigy, their guitarist Jeremy's a vet,
Yeah.
and still deals with PTSD to this day. So, Jeremy, thank you for your service, and hey, we got your back, and let's make sure every single veteran out there knows that we got their back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So, like Figured mentioned before, we got some merch, good stuff, and we got our good friends at Sonder Mountain Got our Sonder Mountain gear. We got some hats. They got some hoodies, some t-shirts that are RockMental approved. We are so proud to be partners in recovery with Sonder Mountain. If you guys have not gone on there, please check them out on Instagram. They're at Sonder Mountain Apparel, and then their website is SonderMountainApparelCo.com. These dudes are so cool. They actually put out a new summer line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
it's
new
actually pretty cool.
t-shirts.
I saw
There's
that.
really cool
Really
stuff.
good.
They're all tattooed inspired designs with some awesome messaging. So those of you who have made one or two or many tattoos,
Yeah. I mean,
would like to have a shirt that has a kind of the same look and feel. Really good. Again, special thanks to Kip Grange there at Sonder. This dude's awesome. Very open about his own struggle with addiction and recovery. But he's doing the work, man. They're in the Denver area and connecting people, people from the pit that need that help, connecting them to the treatment and recovery that they need. So
absolutely. If nothing else, go and check out his story.
yeah,
The guy's a dude, very upfront with his struggles, just like we are here. It's a great guy to talk.
absolutely. Hopefully we'll talk to him pretty soon. Be
Absolutely.
awesome. So speaking of, struggles and things like that.
Yeah. So I think this time of year is really tough for me. Only just keeping in mind these guys that I lost, and it's the survivor guilt still there a little bit, and wondering what I could have done, and realizing, shit, 20 years later, probably not a whole lot. It's
Unfortunately,
unfortunate, but I made a commitment to not lose anyone else. That's kind of why we're here. To talk about this stuff that really affected, especially guys and girls in the service. For real, fuck the stigma. You're not weak. You're actually stronger for talking about it. You're stronger for being here for your families, for your friends, and you're a hero. The things that you did guaranteed our ability to put this online to talk about.
exactly.
So fuck the stigma. Let's get some help. Let's really talk about the things that are impacting our service members, not just today, but have been for decades.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And even though we're not licensed mental health professionals, I mean, we're barely professional to begin with. We're speaking from our experience, and I think all of us can agree that the stigma that's placed on mental health, especially for veterans, especially for men, especially for single moms, especially if it doesn't matter for whatever reason, we just put this unnecessary burden on people to talk about their own struggles, and we're gonna say fuck that. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about the real shit, and we're not gonna apologize for it. With that said, you're going through some stuff right now, you're going through some hard times, or you're seeing someone you love, a friend, a family member that is struggling. You don't know where to start. 988. Everyone put that, it's probably already in your phone. Keep that in the back of your mind. 988. You can call or text. They're available 24/7. There's even online people that you can chat with. They have resources for veterans. They have resources for pretty much every group that you can think of. Start there. And we can also go to rockmental.com/help. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got some resources for survivors of sexual abuse and assault,
That's right.
which happens to men and boys just as much as it happens to women and girls.
Yeah.
Get on to helping survivors. They got a lot of information, especially about I think they have like things for the clergy, things for happening in school. I mean, they have a ton of information out there, and possibly assistance with legal representation, which is great. It's time for some accountability there.
That's right.
But also Heads Up Guys. Heads Up Guys is probably one of the best places to send the guy in your life that's struggling for information.
That's right. And we created a special resource page on our website. That's rockmental.com/headsupguys. We added some statistics, and you'd be surprised some of the crazy things going on in our society when it comes to men and depression. One of them is 75% of reported suicides in US and Canada involve men. And that is terrible. That is insane. And we need to change that. One thing you can do is go on, get educated. On that page, you'll find 4 really big buttons. The first one is to find a therapist. If you're thinking about therapy, if you haven't thought about therapy, just go on, click that button. It'll take you straight to Heads Up Guys. They have all the resources there. you can find a therapist near you. They have remote options. US, Canada, UK, Australia, Philippines, it doesn't matter. You will find a therapist that Heads Up Guys has vetted, that are experts in advanced mental health, and will get you the help you need. There's also a depression self-check. I believe you all have some homework.
Yeah, I think did we not give homework last
I
time?
think we did, but we might have to give an extension. I think,
Yep.
Report card's coming out soon.
report cards. Oh, finals for those.
Finals.
Yeah, it's almost that time of the year, right? I think final exam. Go take that depression self-check on Heads Up Guys.
Absolutely.
You'll be surprised. Some of the things you might be feeling may in fact be depression.
Yes.
And part of the road to recovery, or the first part of the road to recovery, is acknowledging that there. So go on there. There's also resources for friends and family, for the guy in your life that maybe you see struggling. There's some resources there for you. But either way, we're very open about our own journeys through therapy, right? All 4 or 5 of us are in therapy. It works, guys.
It does.
It does.
actually works. It helps out.
Right?
Yes.
So, and you know what? Guess what? And it's just like any other, physician, any other doctor. The first one you talk to may not be right. That doesn't mean to give up. Go find
Yes.
another one. There's someone out there for you that wants to help, that will give you the tools and resources you need to navigate your own mental health journeys, and we'll call you out on your shit, and we'll let you know, hey, that all that stuff you just said is
Pretty not okay.
not helpful. So let's think about it this way. And that kind of person in your life is totally important. I know my journey with my therapist has been a pretty heavy one, but realizing the things that I was doing may or may not have been helpful, and trying to just catch myself and saying like, no, we're going to choose this.
Yeah, exactly. And learning those skills to overcome things that you're not going to be able to change.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest help for me, is to identify patterns in my own behavior and my paying attention to what's happening to me, so I can stop that kind of snowball effect into a relapse or something like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, all the resources on RockMental.com. You can go check them out. Thank you to Heads Up Guys and Helping Survivors for their partnership with RockMental. And we're going to be looking out for more partners to give you all the tools and resources you need and information, just to, hopefully make life a little bit better.
So how about we get into the music?
Let's get into some music, guys. I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's put your horns up in the chat if you're ready for some fucking music.
Let's
Oh,
get some
yeah.
music.
Let's do it.
We've been on a roll
We
have
have
been.
last few weeks.
We have been.
And I think I brought more A game this week.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's some
Okay.
trash talk early. I don't.
Yes,
really-
a little bit about the rules. So as you guys know, we do a lot of research. We do a lot of homework during the week, searching up and coming bands, new bands that really deserve, the listening. They deserve the love. They deserve to shine. And so we do our research. We usually try to find bands that have 50,000 listeners or less a month on Spotify, and we'll come up with a band, play 2 songs, and talk about what attracted us to this band, what these songs made us feel, what we really like about them, and just put the spotlight on them. And I can't stress enough, these are amazing bands
Oh yeah.
that deserve to be listened to a lot more than they are.
Oh, hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Big Mac's ready for the music.
Yes,
Alright,
Big
let's do
Mac.
this.
So yeah, we'll have the songs up, Spotify barcodes on screen for when we play the song, so that way we make it easier for you guys, the listeners, to
Somewhere up
play
here.
them.
Somewhere right here.
There.
All right.
All right, who's going first this week?
Well, sir, you brought
talked a lot of shit. Let's go.
That's you, man.
It's time to back
Alright.
up
I'm gonna
the
be writing
trash
some
talk
notes,
here.
sir.
Please do, please do. So this week, I actually heard this band a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Kind of, I didn't know how to describe them really well, but I know I like the sound.
Okay.
So, I went back, did more research, listened to more of their songs, more of their albums. So good. I picked this band called The City.
Okay.
The city.
The City. It is a small band from LA, about 7.8 thousand listeners a month on Spotify.
Okay.
Formed by brothers Jonah and Adrian Cohen.
Got you.
Drummer Paquito Aranda.
Paquito.
Paquito
Oh,
Aranda.
right.
Paquito.
Francisco Aranda. Paquito Aranda.
Okay.
They play, I guess, best described as Latin alternative indie.
Let's
Wait, hold
give
on. Latin, that's a lot. That's very complex.
Latin
That's a-
alternative indie.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. You know, and it's a family event. I know in the band at one point, they had cousins as well, the Coen brothers. The
not
not
the
the Coen
not
brothers,
those Coen
but
brothers.
Jonah
Okay.
and Adrian. They had their cousins in the band as well, and
Didn't they do There Will Be Blood? Was that a Coen? Was that a Coen?
Yeah, I think that was
that
a
is
Coen.
that is.
There Will Be
So
Blood.
this is the
Anyway.
other Coen brothers.
These the
Those guys.
other
Got you.
Coen brothers.
Got you.
And you know, they do bring a lot of their roots, a lot of that Hispanic, that Latin root into their music, and I just like it. They
Yeah.
sing both in English and Spanish.
Oh, bilingual.
Yeah, bilingual.
Okay.
And then this first song, it's called Today. You know that, like, sometimes that impending doom, that
Ooh,
like
yeah.
yeah,
Every day, yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's got some hopeful lyrics. It's got some
Okay.
you know, lyrics about being on top, being maybe finally doing what you accomplished to do.
Hmm.
But the tone to it, that it's like it really brought me back to a quote that I've said here before. You know, the one with that I'd send you before.
Oh.
Uh,
ADHD affects the memory. Crap, I think I know what you're talking about.
No, but best way to describe it is, you know, sometimes you're down on your luck, and sometimes all you need is to let time pass, and
Mm-hmm.
you know it will fix stuff. You'll feel better. You'll feel this too shall pass.
This too shall
This
pass.
too
There
shall
we go.
pass.
This too shall.
That's
Sometimes you just need to give it time.
Yep.
But on the opposite end, sometimes you feel great. Sometimes you feel on top.
That too.
Sometimes
This too.
that too shall pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's having that feeling. Oh, is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Maybe it's healthy knowing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy those moments, because it's not always going to be that way.
Yeah.
But maybe it's unhealthy knowing it's like not feeling comfortable being on top, being understood,
Yep.
being, you know, in a good mindset,
Mm-hmm.
being
Yeah.
uncomfortable with that and just waiting for that and
Oh.
that doom, that bad thing to happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Tough place to be.
It's
That
it's
is.
a very
Yeah.
tough place to be. Figured let's play this song about 20 seconds in today by The City. Yeah, a little bit.
Be down.
Mm-hmm.
It's haunting, man.
So good.
Guitars do sound a little Radioheadish.
Yeah.
It sounds very Radiohead.
It kind of gives me like that vibe with Radiohead's like, okay, when is he gonna say something just devastating?
And he does.
And then he does.
But that's the point of the song, right? The impending doom.
Yeah.
And it is. Here's the lyrics. When it looks like you've made it and you're already famous and that you're not mistaken because you've already made it, well, you're coming down.
Yeah,
You're coming down today.
I felt I when he said that, I was like,
Yeah.
because it's true, man.
It's true. It's just like, again, I healthy and unhealthy version. Like,
Mhm.
be glad, enjoy those moments when you're on top, but
Yeah.
unhealthy version of you don't deserve to be here.
Yeah.
Don't get too comfortable here.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not just in the context of like success or like
It's-
career thing, but like, you know, you can be going from having like the best day, right? Where you got your shit done, you had a good time, you know, you spent time with family, like you had genuinely had a good day, but then you wake up the next day and it's just
Complete opposite.
complete
Yeah.
opposite. Like you didn't do anything, nothing happened, but it's just
Yeah.
not happening today.
How you feel is what happened. Like
Yeah.
something changed with how you perceive it or you feel it.
Oh, that's my
maybe.
trigger, dude.
Yeah.
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 You
Yeah.
kind of have like a happiness hangover a little bit, maybe, and you wake up back in reality like, oh, okay, that didn't last too long.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
For me, you know, it's first started therapy, first started going through everything.
Mhm.
I'd been depressed for a while, and I didn't recognize this in myself for the longest time. Once I started feeling better, once I, you know, started running a lot, that dopamine started hitting.
Yeah.
It felt alien to me.
Yeah.
Felt really alien.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, this isn't gonna last.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna last. How long before it, you know, it doesn't last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And it sucks because you want to be realistic, right? You want
Yes.
you want to like live in reality and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, today was good, but it's also important. You know, you can keep that in the back of your mind, but it's also important, just like you said, enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Be proud of yourself, right? Like take some pride and say, like, you know what? I did do it. You know what?
Yes,
I do deserve some accolades because I worked my ass off for this.
exactly.
And it's, but understandably it's hard because you're I guess for a lot of us, especially of us dealing with ADHD and the bipolar and depression, like it's hard to like accept good things about you. Like I
Yeah.
remember in my professional life, I would always say I take criticism a hell of a lot more better than praise,
yeah.
because with criticism I can do something with it.
Yes.
You know, you're not turning things on time. Okay, I can work on that. I can do something with it. Cool. But like with praise, when someone tells me good job,
Mhm.
like I don't know what to do with that,
Yes.
right? Like I don't like thanks,
Yeah.
but I don't like what do I do with it? So I get it in that
Yeah.
but like when you're always in that mindset of like, okay, things are gonna go down, then they're gonna go down.
They're gonna go down, and you don't even enjoy
Exactly.
when you weren't down.
Yeah. Just like a Radiohead song, like Little Plastic Trees does this. Like
Oh,
there's this triumphant,
yeah.
like huge
Oh.
chorus, but at the end, it's back to him being sad.
High and dry.
High
and
and
dry,
dry. Little
yeah.
Good
Plastic
one too.
Trees,
Yeah.
Karma Police
Oh.
kind of gets there a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
Like,
Big
he's-
Mac says exactly, dude. Taking praise is hard.
It
It
is.
really is.
And I think for those of us who have depression or whatever, at some level you don't believe it. Like
Yeah.
you're like,
Mm-hmm.
really? Like I'm not really on time that much, you know? Like
Well, and that's where imposter syndrome comes in,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like somebody tells you good job, and you're just like, well, I mean, I guess I don't know.
Did I really do anything?
Did I really do anything? Like and it's hard too, especially for those who've spent a lot of their time masking, like I did. It's hard to like feel accomplished when that wasn't me. That was the guy I invented.
Yeah.
He did those things, not me. I wrote a blog about this kind of actually a long time ago, a few months back, about how that feels like. If you want to read that at rockmental.com. Shameless plug. But it's very true. Like I you don't know what to do with it. you know?
Yes.
Yeah, even Seabass says I'm just like getting praised at work. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's tough, but you know what? Like kind of like what you're saying. Like let's take the time to be
Take
proud of
the
yourself,
time.
right?
Actually, take the praise. Praise yourself more often if it feels alien. Something
Yeah.
I don't do. I have never done enough to myself.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
All right.
That's a tough song.
Let's get, all
Our
right,
first song too.
That was the
Okay.
first song.
let's get ready for the next
Let's get
kick in the gut.
Oh,
Okay.
this one's more of a heartbreak song.
Oh,
but
okay.
such a beautiful song. This next song is called Palabras.
Palabras.
We're gonna change it up a bit. It's in Spanish. Figured
Alright.
out. Can we start about 57 seconds in?
Palabras.
Yes.
Words.
Palabras.
Words.
Okay.
Words.
Dime si lo intentas una vez más.
Got that same haunting.
Dime si no quieres, dime si te vas. Dime si lo quieres, dime la verdad. Dime si no quieres, dime si ya no estás. Dime si me quieres, dime si no das más.
Very new wavy. Very
New wavy.
post punk.
Dime si no quieres, dime si te das, dime lo que quieres, dime la verdad, dime si no puedes, dime si te vas, dime si no
I'm not fluent in Spanish 100%, but I'm catching every other.
Yeah.
But
Dime
yeah, wow.
si no puedes, dime si no quieres. So tell me if you can. If you want to. Tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've all
We've all been there.
We've all been there. We've all been there. But you know, even not attributing it to love or romance,
Yep.
attributing to sometimes having some people in your life that I've had a toxic friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not putting into this.
Yeah.
The truth. What do you want from me? What do
Mhm.
you really want to be here? Matter with family members.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Where like, what am I doing here?
Oh.
And I don't know, it's in a way trying to it's a hard truth sometimes to be able to ask yourself if sometimes sticking it out with a certain
Yeah.
person romantically, friendship, family wise,
Is it worth it?
is it how
Yeah.
beneficial is it for you?
Yeah.
It's hard enough for guys to be vulnerable.
It is. It really
But
is.
then you get into like this toxic kind of relationship where your vulnerability is kind of twisted in a way.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, what do you want from me? Because I still want to feel good.
Yeah.
And then it kind of turns into kind of a game, right? Like you're kind of caught between two things. Like, is this person, playing me, or is this person like genuinely love me?
Mhm.
And I've been in relationships I think just about everybody's been in relationships like that if you're an adult, that taxing,
Yeah.
very taxing.
They're-
and you're kind of struggling with, do I keep this going or do I just cut my losses at
Yeah.
some point?
Well, it's not even just cut your losses. It's like almost acknowledging, like, you know what? This is not good
Yeah.
for me.
Exactly.
This is bringing me down. This
Mhm.
person is bringing me down. And like to your point about vulnerability, a lot of times, especially for us guys, is like when we feel like the ultimate, I guess, measure like in a relationship is like being vulnerable. Like I
Mhm.
have to be vulnerable. Like I guess that's like our ante into this game, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, I have to show my vulnerability to show this person I'm serious.
Mhm.
But then that vulnerability almost gets thrown in your face.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. And I think it's a very common thing for us guys. Like, I'm here trying to, connect with you and be vulnerable and show you my real self.
Mhm.
But then it gets thrown in our face in an argument or something. And that's just when like trust is just out the
door.
window.
Yeah. Oh
And-
my god.
And I think for a lot of us, it's that at that moment, it's just like, I'm out. You know what? Fuck this. Because, but that is a moment of self strength. That's a moment of like valuing yourself and saying like, no, I deserve more.
Yep.
I deserve more. But like it starts with that question.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
Starts
really
with that
tight.
question.
Yeah, on this topic, Aceway says, I dislike it when I feel like I can't really express how I really feel without feeling judged by the other person. He said
Yeah,
exactly
true.
the vulnerability gets thrown right back at you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's, well, I go back to one of the original points that you made, like, if it's not beneficial for yourself, if this
Mhm.
isn't good for yourself, how are you going to be good for someone else?
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, what are you getting out of this? What is the other person getting out of this if they're not getting the best of you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a hard truth too, especially like if you've put in time, you've put in effort, you've like, it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship or like a friendship or someone with family, like it's hard to acknowledge after such a long time when you've put so much interest into this relationship to say like, you know what? This is not for me.
Yeah.
This is not good for me and I should not be here. And as much as it hurts
Yes.
to say I'm out, like a lot of times that's what you need. And you look, of course, hindsight's 2020, but when you look back at things, I know I do, it's like that was probably the best decision I've made.
Yeah.
Because had I stayed in that toxic environment, had I stayed, with that person, I would not be in this
Yeah.
journey. I would not be where I am today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I've been in amazing relationships, very fulfilling relationships with fellow alcoholics, like with fellow substance abusers. Great relationships. I, really cherished, but we were shit faced the entire time.
Yeah.
Waking up hungover together, like this is life.
Yeah.
And just because it feels good doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you.
Yeah.
And I learned that
Hard way.
more times than I'm happy to admit, but I think realizing that you yourself, you have to value yourself in this relationship as well, even though this person's very caring or understands you, is willing to be there for you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you're waking up shit faced, it's probably
Yeah.
not a great
Good thing.
relationship
Yeah.
for you.
I
Take
just
those
wanna-
lyrics now again that we just talked about.
What do you
Dime
want?
si tú quieres. Tell me if you want to. Dime si the
Yeah.
truth. Tell me
Mhm.
if you want to be here. Talking to yourself. Asking
Exactly.
those
Asking
questions
yourself.
to yourself.
Yeah, dude.
Yo,
Ooh, I got
Uh-huh.
chills
Yeah.
again. Man.
I want to quickly interject. Sebastian said, and it makes it harder for future relationships, like we said.
Oh, 100%.
Dealing with the
100%.
trauma from past relationships. Ace Wave said he's going to get back to us.
all right, man. Looking
Yeah.
forward
Thanks,
to it.
Aceway.
Thanks, dude.
Seabass, 100%. Maybe I'm there a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Kind of went through something, and being in that headspace of like, man, why would I want to do that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It sucks.
I don't know. It might be pessimistic, and maybe it's phases that you go through after
Yeah.
breakups, after
Yeah.
whatever. But being in that mentality, like,
Why do I want to do this?
man, why would I ever show my squishy side to anyone else?
Yeah.
Why would I ever, like, that's my squishy side. That's it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough. It makes it really tough. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Who's next?
Oh,
How brutal is this one gonna be?
You
well,
guys are welcome. I went first for a reason.
that was
Oh,
wow. That
That was good. That was
okay.
good.
Okay. I need an emotional break here, guys. Hold on.
Is it time to do a complete 180?
I think it's time to do a complete
Okay,
180.
okay.
You mentioned brutal. I will go next with a brutal thrash band.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So last week I went weird with Jupiter Hollow, prog metal. They were
Okay.
out there. So
I like
feel a little weird. I was like, okay, I need to kind of come back to my home base, if you will, my metalheadness. And I started looking back at some of the past playlists of some of the bands that I put in the playlist in episodes past, and I rediscovered these guys, and I rediscovered why I put them in the playlist in the first place. These guys are called Venomous.
Okay.
Venomous.
Sounds
But
dangerous.
not venomous with an O, venomous with an E.
Ooh.
Don't get me started there. But these guys kick so much ass. They're a 4-piece band from Mexico City.
Ooh. Okay.
we talked about this before. Mexico actually has a crazy metal scene.
Yes, they do.
Oh yes.
Crazy
Yes.
metal scene.
Not just Mexico, kind of like northern South America, Central America,
Yeah,
and
from
Mexico.
basically
Oh,
like
man.
like Colombia all the way up to Mexico, like the whole
Hmm.
that whole section of Latin America. They're crazy metal fans.
Yep.
Mhm.
They're just as livid, they're just as rabid, just as excited as we are. I mean, I
Mhm.
think Metallica did a 2-day did a 2-day stint in Mexico City,
Mhm.
and dude, it was crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. These dudes are just up there. They have 3.6K listeners. They've been gigging, they've been doing a bunch of things, they've been recording some new music. And I'm going to be featuring 2 of their latest songs.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm going to dive right in because you guys need to hear these guys. I'm going to start with their latest single. It's called Of the Battles.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
These guys have some pretty heavy themes. Big Mac Seabass, I think you're going to like these guys. You're going to hear Slayer. You're going to hear Sepultura. You're going to hear some,
Oh.
maybe you're going to hear some Anthrax.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's like, this new song's like an anthem.
Okay.
This is like filling the stadium, like getting everyone riled up. This one is it. So, Of the Battles by Venomous that start just after a minute, about 1:06.
All right.
I expected nothing less.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that bass. It sounds like Cliff Burton bass.
Yes. A little Sepultura in there.
Yeah, it is.
Little syncopation. I like that grindy, just keeping going.
Yep.
So, bullet for my Valentine guitars in
Yep.
there, maybe?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I was gonna say those guitars more metalcore.
Yeah.
Back to it. I'm like what
How
got
it
me
is.
was the bass. He plays his fingers just like Cliff
Yeah.
or Robert Trujillo,
Okay.
and you can hear it, man.
I like it.
I like
I
it.
like it a lot.
Man. Okay, the fact that I had to start a minute into the song for the words to start tells you everything you need to know about this band, right? So Of the Battles, this is their latest song that just hit Spotify, I think, a few weeks ago. They put a post on Instagram, and they themselves answered the question, "What does this song mean to you?" And all 4 of them basically had the same thing. It's about resilience.
Mhm.
It's about facing your adversity, not trying to sidestep it, not trying to, you go around it, like facing it head on and dealing with it. The lead singer, his name's Andy Slaughter, which is a badass name for a
Yeah,
thrash.
It is.
He describes it as conquering anxiety,
Okay.
dealing with your anxiety, dealing with the grief, and heading straight on. And to me, it reminds me of that quote, the only way through is through.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you're dealing, especially with your mental health issues, there's no going around it. There's no, trying to find the easy way out or find the easy route. Like, you just gotta deal with it head on.
Yep.
Say fuck it, and just go through it. So that's what this song reminded me of. Like I said, Andy Slaughter on vocals and rhythm guitar, Omar Caballero on drums. I mean, this dude. I mean, it's like you feel it right here.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. He's got a double bass pedal stuff. Octavio Marquez Maya, they go by Tavo on bass. That's what I'm telling you. He plays with he does the finger picking.
Okay.
He plays no picking there, but he's all there. I mean, when I heard this song, I heard the Cliff Burton.
Yeah.
I heard that same just roaring. Right. I think Big Mac can talk. Big Mac's a bassist. I think he can
Yeah.
talk about that. And then we got Nestor Ledesma on lead guitar. I mean, these dudes have been together for quite a while. They've been doing gigs. They've been recording. Their older stuff is basically Slayer.
Okay.
Their older stuff is just straight up thrash. These new ones are more anthems, but they still kick ass.
Mm.
Let me get into this next song.
Oh, wait, just 1 second beforehand. Ace Wave said he really liked the vocals, and then Big Mac said it gives him creator vibes.
Creator, that's right. That's right. Forgot that. Oh, that's a slap on me.
You know
That's
when
the
you
stuff-
have that band just right at the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
And you're like, they sound like this band that I knew
Yeah.
like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That-
That's
it.
it.
That's that
creator.
feeling.
Creator. Man, I need to run some laps. I'll do some push-ups after this. Yeah, that's a miss on my part. But no, let me get into this next song. This song is called Destiny, Decisions, and Death.
Ooh.
Right off the bat, that's just like
Yeah,
such a metal freaking title, right?
it is. It's like an AFI title.
That's true. I love it. Destiny, Decisions, and let me they actually put up another Instagram post. They talked about what it's called. It's a song that explores resignation. Not necessarily giving up, not giving in, but just accepting, something that's going on. It's about the chaos that we think we are in control of, which happens a lot, especially with us with ADHD.
Yep.
Feelings of like nothing ends up the way you imagined, which I think all of us can attest to. Like you have this thing like set in your head, like something's gonna go this way, and it just doesn't. And some of those feelings of disappointment or anger around that. But this song at the end, they say that in the end, you just need to remind yourself that you are exactly right where you're supposed to be.
Mm.
And just remembering that. This reminds me of the conversation we had with Lockjaw, with Jeff over there. And I think some advice that he gotten from another band. I don't know if it was just starter Metallica, but like, you're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And having that grounding yourself and reminding yourself that is super key.
Yeah.
In your mental health journey. So let's start this one. I think we said 40 something seconds in.
Yeah.
This is Destiny, Decisions, and Death by
All right.
Venomous.
Let's do it. All right. That's
Okay.
a metalcore one.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. I'm psyched out. I'm ready to go
Oh,
out right
dude.
now.
I could see I could see these dudes on stage with their like James Hetfield lean into the
Yeah, they got
lean into the mic.
yeah, they all got the long hair. They're just spinning the hair around.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, no, they look like they're straight up from the 80s.
Awesome.
They got the same look, they're tatted up, and they got their things. Yeah, no, this song like it's just a lot, and I think for me that the title itself is like 3 things you are for sure gonna meet in your life
Oh,
that you're gonna have to face. You're gonna have to face your destiny, whatever it is. You gotta face these decisions you're gonna get, and you're gonna face death.
Yep.
In whatever capacity it is. And so I think, just between both of these songs, it's just a good reminder of like, you're strong enough. You can overcome anything.
Mm.
You just gotta, face it.
Yep.
The only way through is through. But in the end, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Right now, at this moment of life, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And just reminding yourself and giving yourself that sort of pep talk while listening to some fucking killer thrash.
Awesome. Yeah.
You can get through anything. And so I think it's just a good reminder, good kick in the ass, good pep talk whenever you need it. I know that like this came at a good time for me. I mean, this past week is weird. This past week,
Same.
there was a lot happening, at the home front with some family, some shit going on. And this one was just like, yes,
Mm.
okay, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be,
Yeah.
and that's okay. And I'm gonna face it, whatever comes at, whatever life comes in, those destiny decisions and death, whatever it is. Bam, we're gonna conquer it.
Seabass said, "I hear a bit of In Flames."
Yes,
Ooh, yep.
yes. I hear.
I
Yeah,
like that early metalcore stuff.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That really good stuff.
I got In Flames right here, right in front of me. Bam.
Oh, there you go.
I saw Creator over here. I think we're covering up
Yeah,
a little bit.
Creator was somewhere around here.
Oh, right there. But we covered up the K.
Whoops.
So,
Layer.
so yeah, if you guys don't know, we can't see. We have a bunch of band stickers on the table, so that's why we're always like looking around.
This is our cheat sheet.
If you will.
We'll be using it later.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
That's very true.
Woo! All right, you guys.
All right.
All
I
right.
guess we're saving the best for last.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So
We really got into our feels today.
Yeah, we did.
we did this one.
Gotta bring,
This
gotta
one's
bring it.
This one's a little lighter. A little lighter music wise, but still the content is just awesome.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
What we got? What we got?
When I first ran into these guys, they had 60 followers and
Okay.
one single.
60. 60.
60. And you guys know I take my time, I listen to the band, and then I listen again, put them away for like a week, and then like listen into again.
Yes.
On Thursday, when I put them on the official set list, I had 6,000 listeners.
Oh, dang.
As of right now, they got 7,370.
Ooh.
Wow.
They're booming.
They're
are
coming up.
booming. They are awesome. My blend. What the
Bland?
hell am I talking about? My band is called Bleach.
Oh, that's
Bleach.
Bleach. There we go.
band- the
Yeah, you
band-
see,
Yeah.
I can't speak. Bleach is a former Nirvana tribute band
Okay.
Oh.
that turned to make their own music, hence the name Bleach. Their
Yes.
Nirvana's debut.
Oh, God.
Debut album. There we go. There we go.
I made the connection.
Yep. And they're really good. Different. Very
Okay.
different. But yeah, let's start. The first single, Hand Grenade, at 1 minute 30 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, all Nirvana.
Yeah.
I need somebody else.
Yeah.
Maybe some stepping westward, perhaps.
A little bit.
It's one of those bands that it's kind of like Abdomen, where you're like, who the fuck
is
these
this?
guys-
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They have 3 singles.
That's it?
3 singles, yeah.
God.
They're
Good.
Very good.
incredible.
That bass reminds me of like
Mhm.
almost Muse,
It has,
you know?
yeah,
That's a good.
it
that's a
has
good,
like
yeah.
that post-punk, like post-punk kind of a little bit. It's, I think some people call it post-grunge. I don't really get that, but
Is there such thing as
they do have grunge. They're
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
grungy.
Yes.
But they add elements of like post-punk, like
Yeah,
in
they
the
do.
guitars, and kind of, I'm not gonna say gimmicks, but like ooh, 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 like it gives it a different texture than grunge music.
Yeah.
So the lyrics, are you still messing with fire? Watch out, cause you could get burned. Sometimes, how do you find sleep at night with those eyes that are hunting for you? Yeah. I have insomnia, and that
Oh.
is
Oh,
Oh.
jeez.
yeah, it's starting to sound all the same. You're only a stray hand grenade. It's understood. You're insane. Stay away from me.
Oh.
So we just talked about having to
Shit.
make those
Yeah.
breaks, man.
Wow. Just to hear you saying those lyrics to me, it reminded me of addiction.
Yeah.
You're still playing with fire. Why are you still playing with fire? You know you're gonna get burned,
Exactly. Yes.
right? And how do you sleep with my eyes still there? Like, and I think this is something we posted earlier on social media this week, and how like things like depression and addiction they're not the flu. They don't go away.
You don't
No.
you,
You
this
don't-
is a lifelong battle.
That's what I'm saying. And it kind of reminds me of Embry and Effigy's song Rougarou,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Shout out Big Mac. Just like, it's always there.
Yep.
It's always going to be there. And no matter how long, I mean, how many times have you heard these stories of people that are 5, 7, 10 years
Mhm.
sober
That relapse.
that relapse?
Yeah.
and they
And-
fall
And
hard.
that's all the time.
It happens all the time. And it's nothing, not giving them shit or not, whatever, but it happens. Not because,
Mhm.
oh, it's such a sad story. Oh man, they screwed up again. No, it's addiction and depression. Those things are for life.
Yeah.
They are.
They're hard. And you can't just get complicit.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's one thing that I had to learn the hard way is like once you think you've got control of it, that's the point that you need the most help.
Mm-hmm.
And my psychiatrist used to tell me all the time that moment that you feel like you don't need medication anymore is the time that you need it the most.
yeah.
Because you're about to go into something crazy. Like you're about to go into a manic episode or something's going to happen internally that's going to cause you to relapse. And I'm like, okay. And guess what I did? Stop taking my medication like an idiot. And of course, I had a relapse.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it's constant. Like it does get exhausting, but it's constant. You always have to be vigilant
Yeah.
as far as that stuff goes.
Staying, going back to the whole not feeling comfortable being on top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not feeling being okay feeling alien
Yep.
to you.
Yeah. Well, and especially for people who struggle with addiction, right? When
Yes.
some odd reason our society, when there's good things going on, what do?
Fucking celebrate.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate. Let's go
Yeah.
get drunk. Let's go get high. Let's have a good time. Let's feel good about ourselves. We associate celebration and good times with
Mm-hmm.
drugs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and things that aren't good for you.
Yeah. Well, a glass of champagne turns into 2, turns into a bottle,
turns into
turns
a
into
line,
some liquor.
turns
Yeah,
into
turns into
Turns into 4 a.m.
turns to 4 a.m. Gotta go find some pills to sleep, and before you know it, you're back in that same cycle.
and,
Yeah.
and there's that inevitable
Mm-hmm.
going
Yeah.
down.
going down.
Yep.
Oh,
All right. Hey, tell me about it.
Dang.
All right. This next song is called Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Yeah. It's another good one. 53 seconds, please, Mr.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I can hear stabbing westward in this one.
Yeah.
Still getting Muse vibes.
Yep.
Oh, that right there. That. Oh yeah. A little bit.
Pretty good.
very good.
I love the effects on the bass.
It's like it's grunge. It's kind of a newer take on grunge,
Yeah.
a more
Yeah.
modern
Yeah.
take on grunge. But I can't call it post grunge.
not.
It's not the same kind of pop sound to it. So the lyrics on this part: cut with bee stings, hands in a hive, darkness creeping in, no end in sight. I drift away from all. I've said the silence heavy. The night undead is coming. I'm coming now. I'm coming now. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah, and again with like that whole addiction,
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're putting your hand inside of the beehive,
Yeah.
but then you keep putting it in, thinking it's not going to hurt that next time.
Especially just for us parents, how many times stop doing that?
Stop.
Doing that. Why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very natural inkling. Like, oh, I'm gonna
Mhm.
try it.
Yeah,
why
let's
not?
try.
See what
Maybe it
happens.
won't hurt this time.
Right?
Not even that, just the exhilaration of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
get-
whole exhilaration of it is it gonna outweigh the pain afterwards this time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that, I mean, that's a suicidal mission, man. Like,
yeah.
you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna
Mhm.
happen, but we still keep putting ourselves in that.
Yes.
Okay, I think I figured out what that bass or that just the whole thing sounds like. Remember the 2010s, Big Data, with that song
Data.
"Dangerous"? It was around that time with like Alt J
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
HR.
Okay.
That song, I think
Yes.
everyone confuses that song with it being an Alt J song.
Yeah.
but I remember, and I think that's where I make that
Yeah.
connection with the bass.
Okay.
It's
I
got-
see it.
It's definitely a little different. It's definitely grunge in some
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
It's
No,
a
you
little
you
bit
hear
different. Yeah.
the grunge.
And you definitely hear the Nirvana influences in
Yeah.
there, especially with the lead singer. So like I said, they started with less than 500 monthly listeners. I think it was around 60 when I first
Yeah.
knew him.
Oh man.
Today, 7,300. Just on Thursday when I officially selected this band, 6,000. So they're from Rome, Italy. They started off as a Nirvana tribute band. Danielle's vocals, guitars, Mattia on bass, and Roberto on tubs.
All right.
Their Nirvana covers are really good.
Yeah.
Penny Royalty, dude.
Oh.
Every time
Okay.
when I hear cursing it,
Oof.
Oh yeah.
I listen to Danielle's version of it. Oh man,
Wow.
the same scalp tingles, everything, same pain and
Everything.
just torture. You
Okay.
feeling it? Man,
Wow.
really good, really good.
I gotta say, I think we talked about it a few episodes ago. There's something going on in Italy.
Yeah,
There's
a release.
A release. We may or may not be talking to them pretty soon.
Yes.
Waves in Autumn, which we featured a few weeks ago, and these guys, there's something going on in
And then
Italy.
Europe broadly, Abdomen,
Yeah.
the Toxin, the Pill,
Struck down.
Struck Down, both the pills.
Both of the pills, yeah.
Just great music. Australia got some good metal and some punk coming out.
I found an
Yes.
Australian metal band.
We might,
I'll leave it at that.
we might have to like make a special like across the globe, maybe.
Yes.
You guys got your passports? Like, we'll see.
Give me about 4 to 6 weeks.
I think we were talking about this too, not too long ago, man. These we're going international here.
Yeah, we are going
We
national
are,
here at
Yeah, the
RockMental.
quarantines I had a couple weeks ago
Yep,
too, from
that's
Manchester
right.
City.
Yep.
Those youths.
Those
Those
youth, those
youths.
teenagers.
We've had a couple bands from Mexico already.
Mexico, we had one from Colombia.
From Colombia.
Well, Japan. You went to Japan a few.
Yeah.
Well, you had a Korean band, didn't you?
Mononoware is
Japanese. That's right. But no, man. Hey, and that's what that's the whole point of rock
Yes.
metal, man. We're trying to bring these bands. Doesn't matter where they're from, where they hail from, those sort of things. We want to bring you guys the music that rocks, and I think we killed it this week, guys.
Yeah.
I think so too.
All right, let us know in the comments. It doesn't matter if you're joining us live or joining us later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Music. Let us know in the comments which band, really resonated with you, and which band let us know which band you gave a follow. How about that?
Yeah.
Let us
There
know
you go.
which band you followed, because we want to
Yeah.
make sure we give these bands the props they
And
deserve.
hopefully it's all three.
Make it all three, please.
Make it all three.
Yes. All right.
Oh.
Well,
But this is the time where Figure usually chimes in.
Oh yeah, my bad. My band that I'm going with is The City. I like them the best.
Bro, you've been going with Groompy like 3 weeks in a row.
It's
know.
not my fault he picks the
Yeah.
best music.
The bangers, bro.
Bangers, yeah.
Kind of greasing the skids over
I
here.
think so. I think
Yeah.
we got
Some
some collusion going on.
collusion.
And he listens to punk mostly.
That's true.
I am going opposite of punk.
That's
Some of these.
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Thank you so much for joining the stream, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for 5,000 subscribers. Huge milestone.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure to comment, subscribe, tell a friend. We love sharing our message with you guys.
That's right. That's right.
How about this merch?
This merch. That's right.
Yes.
If you I remember mentioned, I think last week we gave away some hats and we had some lucky fans. I think Big Mac got his hat today.
Yes.
I got some other fans that joined us last week that got some good RockMental merch. So please keep it going. Like we said, it helps us do what we do to bring you the rock and bring you the mental health discussion. Please go check us out, rockmental.com/shop.
Yes.
You can check out some really cool stuff there. We got patches for your battle vests for those who have some, which I'm working on mine.
Yeah.
We got some cool hoodies, for, I mean, it's about to be summer, at least in the northern hemisphere. So we got some t-shirts and things like that. Go check it out. Also, go check out Sonder Mountain Apparel, not just our stuff, but all their stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing apparel.
Amazing stuff.
Amazing.
Good, high quality.
I'm preparing Mrs. Mayhem for a large purchase.
I like their
Oh.
designs. They're like one of the few things that are like, oh, that's actually like a cool idea for a t-shirt. Like, like using tattoo designs, because those are always really appealing. But having that on a t-shirt, so you don't have to like tattoo it on your body. That's like a cool idea for me.
They have pictures of people tattooing that art from the apparel onto their body.
Onto the body, yeah. It's that good.
It's that good.
It's that good. Oh, I think Seabass put in a vote. You guys want to read
Oh
that?
yeah,
Venomous with
he
me.
said venomous
Okay,
ones for
okay.
me.
It's not like I know Sebastian likes
I
that
know.
kind of
It's not like he's-
It's not like-
a good friend or anything.
It's not like I don't.
Hey, that tattoo bit we've had going on for a while.
That's right. Who's
You
getting a
know
tattoo?
what?
Why not a Sonder design?
Ooh,
That's a great idea.
You hear that, Kip? I think one of us will end up getting a Sonder tattoo.
My only question is, paying for it.
These are
Can-
intricate designs. Some of these are
That's
intricate
how-
designs.
It depends on how big of a tattoo.
I think we need to meet with our accountant to see if that's a business write-off. Is that business expense?
Some of these are intricate designs. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Cool deal. Well,
Ah.
guys,
Moving right along. To the
moving right
next-
along.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
you before we move on, I do gotta say, last week, Figured and I attended an event.
Ooh,
It was an
okay.
event.
It was quite the event. Our friends at Lockjaw came to town
Oh, that's right.
and kicked our ass very much
Yes.
with some just great. I mean, we've been fans of Lockjaw for a long time. If you're not following Lockjaw, you need to. But live, holy shit, dude! I found myself headbanging like I was like 27 again.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I paid dearly for it.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
it was,
the next day.
but it was worth it.
You look
Very
like
worth
shit.
it.
the
I
next
was
day.
in bad. We had an interview the next day, and it was bad.
You could hear
I was like, "What's up, guys? This is a kick-ass concert." But it was so good. Props to Joe, Jeff, Justin, Scott, Gabe. All those guys were so cool. They afterwards they met every single fan that stayed around.
Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Met them,
Mhm.
signed their signed stuff. Met each and every one of them. They're such cool guys. I mean, it's one thing. Like it's a full circle moment, honestly, from here at RockMental, because we went from listening to them to featuring them
Mhm.
to interviewing them for Beyond the Pit, and then like meeting them in person was just a whole level of
Yeah.
like, man. I think Figured and I went to the car. We're like, it was so cool. And Joe's been a dude. He's been following us and doing some comments on social media. So thank you guys for what you do. Just kick ass concert, man. And hopefully we'll be going out and seeing some more RockMental bands. We call them our bands.
Mhm.
They're our bands.
They're-
Bands.
We're gonna,
Uh-huh.
we'll hopefully come out and see some more of our bands. So
Oh, but we got to talk to Honey and Verosa as well. Actually, pretty much all of them were pretty good.
all the opening act.
Yeah.
Honey and Verosa are the band that was playing at the beginning of the show.
Oh, okay.
Good.
They're dude live. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. We were like there was like 4 bands and they were all good. Don't get me wrong, they were all good. But I figured I kind of stood back. I mean, we're at a bar. It was basically a bar.
Mhm.
And we're in the back, just chilling, just kind of doing our thing and watching. When Honey and Verosa went on, we made our way to the front.
Yeah.
Right? We made our way to the front. Like, who are these guys? This dude pops out with a purple, what was it, Flying V?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It looks like
I was
velvet. We're like,
this dude's about to shred.
this dude's about to shred. This dude's you can't have a purple
Yeah.
Flying V
Uh,
if you're not gonna shred. And holy crap, did he shred?
yeah.
These dudes are awesome. And maybe I'm not gonna say anything more. I'll wait till next week. I'll just leave it at that.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, awesome concert. It kind of I haven't been to a concert in a long time. Even if it was like at a bar.
Yeah.
Props to the rock house. But it was fun. It was good. It was good to be be in the music again.
Mm.
It was really
Yes.
cool. It was really cool. I mean, you recently went to a concert as well.
Yes, yes. A couple of weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, I went to go see one of my favorite teenage emo bands, The Fall of Troy.
Another rock metal band.
Yes, yes. I put them in our playlist a few times already. Man, it's been a while since I seen a mosh. And this being a band that I loved in my teenage years, college years. So a lot of the people there were about my age, a little bit older. Yes, there was a mosh. It was a very, very momentary mosh. Before everyone was like, okay, all right.
Everyone catch your breath. Catch your breath.
We're gonna wait till for the single to hit before we mosh again. Couldn't mosh every song.
Everyone get your moshing buddy. Moshing buddy.
Somebody lost their wristwatch and we were looking for it.
That's always so funny. Somebody's like, "Yo, phone," and then we all like spread out.
Watch it. Oh,
Yeah, the
hold on.
flashlights on the ground.
30-year-olds. Okay, where's the watch?
when you're 19 at the Warped Tour, you probably left without shoes and you didn't give a fuck.
Actually, yeah, I did return one Warped Tour
Uh,
with one shoe on.
With one shoe. There you go.
But no, it was amazing, especially for a band that I've loved for almost 20 years now, to be able to go see them live. Man, they threw a show.
yeah.
The lead guitar / singer, they're very avant-garde, very
Yeah. Very artsy.
very awesome,
Yeah.
very post-hardcore, kind of at the Drive-In Mars Volta style.
Yeah.
He goes crazy with the guitar, but to go crazy with the guitar and be singing at the same time,
Yeah.
because he is the guitarist. There's a guitarist, a bassist, and the drummer. It's a
Mm.
3-man band.
Mm-hmm.
He is shredding that guitar,
Yeah.
yelling at the top of his lungs, and the crowd got into.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just being in the music.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
I think it's concert season, boys. I
it
think
is.
it's
It really is.
The last concert I went to was Mannequin Pussy,
They were really good.
and they were really good.
Yeah.
And they had Margaritas Podridas. We
That's
featured
right.
them, one of our bands. I need to go to a show.
We do need to go to a
I'm
show.
keeping my eye on Twin Tribes. Actually.
Ah, that's right. Twin Tribes.
Twin Tribes is
That's
coming.
right.
So-
I did check our local
Didn't you?
venue right here.
Mhm.
There's a band that I liked for many, many years called Banda Los Chinos
Ooh.
that is making the way to our town.
There's some shows coming up.
There
Yes,
are.
yes,
Some
yeah.
shows
We're gonna have
coming
to.
up.
We're gonna have to. I
Rock-
think make a little plan for it.
Yes,
Rockman's
we,
on the
we-
road.
we do. We
Yeah.
do.
We may. I mean, you may or may not be out at the Metallica concert pretty soon.
Ooh.
Pretty soon. We'll
Can't
get
wait
more.
for that.
We'll get more details on that.
Yeah.
So, who's ready for a game?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So I will say this game was loosely inspired by Seabass. He sent me a video of talking about subgenres
Okay.
of rock, and so I figure, how about you give an explanation? What we're
Yeah,
gonna do
so
today?
I'm gonna name a subgenre, and then the hosts here, we got Groompy, Chaotic, and Mayhem. They're gonna write a band that they think pioneered that genre. So like, let's say, let's
Okay.
say for new metal, they could put.
Hold on. That's
No. I'm just giving an example. I mean,
Okay.
for new metal, they could put System of a Down, but then somebody else could put Deftones, and then somebody else could put Slipknot, and then amongst themselves, they're gonna rank on who they felt was the best, and then we'll get points based
Okay,
on
are we
based
going,
on the ranking.
are we going like pioneered, who mainstreamed it, or just our opinion, who
It's like who made it popular, I guess.
Well, okay. I think it goes back to, I don't know if you all saw Music Theory by Mayhem
Mm-hmm.
this past week, where we made an argument that Nine Inch Nails opened the door for grunge.
Actually, it was Tipper Gore.
Oh, Tipper Gore. Sorry, Tipper Gore.
But the band.
Yeah. So I think there's two ways we can do it. Like, pioneer band is the band that stuck their neck out, that went against the grain, put out their music, and that opened the doors for everyone else that followed. Would that be considered pioneer? What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
I mean, okay, no,
Oh, Ace Wave and Seabath both said that Korn pioneered new metal.
They did.
Don't take my answer. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give me a second, man.
You guys are getting way ahead of
Hey,
schedule.
please join on the comments.
Yes, please
Yeah.
join the
Play
comment.
along
Yep.
with us. Hey, please tell us if we're wrong.
Yeah, we love
And I'll
having
tell
fun with
why
you
I'm not
guys.
wrong.
All right.
No, whiteboards here. We're gonna write them down, but we're gonna say them out loud also for those joining us on our podcast.
Yeah.
All right. The
right.
first one.
The first subgenre is emo.
Oh, hold on.
Who
Seriously?
pioneered emo?
Like pioneered, kind of started the movement, or who made it more popular, like it started bringing it in the radio.
I'm going with Pioneered.
Pioneered. I'm gonna go with like major influence.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna have two for this one though. Okay.
I got mine.
Let me make sure it's not gonna.
Okay, you guys ready?
All right.
I can't. I don't have space.
How many names are you writing?
Yeah, you get one. You get one band name, dude.
Oh, well, for emo,
Let's
I'll
do
go
it.
first since everyone's so interested in what I have to write.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as emo music.
Oh,
And I will
Oh.
put it in my next music theory with Mayhem since everyone wants to push the. But I'm gonna go with Joy Division.
Joy Division?
ooh. We're getting controversial
You know, I
already,
don't-
folks.
I don't hate
disagree.
it. I don't hate
I don't
it.
disagree.
All right, Joy Division.
I put Jimmy Eat World.
Jimmy Eats World.
Because they came out, a little bit before.
And I have the song.
Which one?
The Sweetness.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's probably the most popular. Well, not the most popular. No.
No,
But that was the most
Sweetness
emo.
is the most
okay,
emo.
but that is mid to late 90s, before there was such thing as people singing
True.
emo, and that
True.
was gonna be my answer.
That came out what,
Oh.
96, 97,
Yes,
98?
that was
around
gonna
that.
be my answer. I went with the band. Jimmy Will I said influenced them.
Oh.
Ooh, Sunny Day Real Estate.
Sunny Day Real Estate.
I saw those guys at the other of those Deftones in San Diego.
Yeah?
They're pretty good.
They're still the same.
Are they still emo?
Yeah.
Still emo, still had the whole thing going.
But the majority of their discography came early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't have to
They-
go necessarily.
Sunny
looking-
Day Real Estate,
Well, yeah.
Jawbreakers, I believe.
Oh, I forgot about Jawbreakers.
Yes, that was like that first wave of like, what is this? Is there before there was
Okay.
an emo?
I-
that was
If we're going with pioneers, I will say Groompy, you got that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they put themselves out there and they're so
Mhm.
different.
they were so different. There was no name for it.
Yeah.
There was no name for it. And I have to say, I've listened to like an argument about this about emo podcast. In where did emo like? By the time there was Warped Tour and there was emo music and everyone was like, yes, emo. Like the emo movement had been along like a good 10 years already.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And there just wasn't a name for it.
So like you can say that Jimmy Eat World walked, so Newfound Glory can run, but we can say a Sunny Day Real Estate crawled.
Yes.
All right. So how are we ranking? Who's at the 1, 2, and 3? How are we ranking these guys?
I would say Groupie won this one.
So grouping number one.
I'll agree, only because I don't believe.
And then
emo
who
music
is number 2 and number
exists.
3 between Chaotic and Mayhem?
My answer was gonna be
Jimmy World.
Jimmy Eat World, so I'd say Jimmy Eat World.
So I'm number 2.
All right. So
Me, I'm just.
all right. Groupie has 2 points.
Oh,
Mayhem
wait,
has
what?
1 point. Or no, Chaotic has 1
Chaotic.
point, and then Mayhem has 0. All right. Well, we're starting off here. Actually, I'll make a note.
Okay, good. Yeah, keep score because I'm not gonna remember any
Nah,
of this.
I'm not gonna remember this.
All right. We'll go.
2, 0, 1. Cool,
All right.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. Next subgenre is progressive metal.
Oh, this one's
Ooh.
easy.
Okay, give me a progressive metal band.
Oh, cheating.
Yeah, like what are we classifying as? Because I can.
You guys have cheat sheets right here.
I don't want a cheat sheet. Progressive metal.
Got mine.
There's waves of.
Back, guys.
You're going way back.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
way back. Let's
I'm
see.
going.
Okay.
Also, if you're in the comments, please let us know who you guys think. Don't want to be playing alone.
Trying to find. It's gotta. I know it's here somewhere. No, my band's here somewhere.
Seriously, nothing.
No, it's because I do have some in mind, but if they're going way back, mine's not that way back.
Way back. Let's just put.
Progressive metal.
However-
can go
however
back
you
really
think,
far,
Groompy,
depending
however
on
you
how
think.
you
Okay.
how you describe metal.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going that way back.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure how far back mine will go compared to yours, but we'll see.
Okay. Got one. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I'm losing this
Ready.
one, but yeah.
1, 2, 3. What do you guys got?
The Cramps,
Cramps.
Dream
I got
Theater.
you.
I can't
Dream
see
Theater.
yours, Groompy. Can't see yours.
Dream Theater. Okay.
Strokes.
Strokes.
Dream Theater.
All right.
The Cramps.
The Cramps.
Said it.
Dream Theater, bro.
All right. So, how would you guys describe? How would you guys describe progressive metal?
Like, see,
Dream-
progressive metal is weird because you can consider certain bands as progressive metal, like Typo Negative. You could consider a progressive metal band because they're not the mold of metal. Like
Big
they
Mac
got some
said
horror stuff
Rush.
going, kind of like
I guess
an evolution of the Misfits almost.
Yeah.
I was gonna put Rush also.
Yeah.
I was gonna put Rush also, but I think
That's a
Dream
great
Theater.
one.
But I think Dream Theater really molded progressive rock with the metal.
Yeah.
I think that's my
Your
justification.
justification.
I see what you.
You see what I did there?
I see what you did there. Yeah, I just went kind of like progressive rock.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Early 2000s, late 90s. Anything coming out of New York, anything like any unknown band just wanted to sound like the Strokes. That's why I said kind of
Oh,
like pioneer
got it.
movement.
Got
But
it.
that would be more progressive indie rock.
going with,
Ace
like-
Wave asked, "Is progressive like alternative?"
That's
There you go.
kind of-
Yes, that's what I went with.
Well, I think progressive is just like, I know we talked a lot about what alternative is, and Dream Theater's right there. But I know we talked a lot about like how alternative is like everything that doesn't sound normal, but I think progressive, if we're gonna define it as something, is something that just not just doesn't sound like the normal, but goes against it.
Yeah.
And to me, what Dream Theater did, all you need to know is Pull Me Under,
Mhm.
because that had crazy time signatures.
Mm.
It went from had like a soft breakdown, then it had like it had like 3 solos. I mean, it was such an influential song. I'm not even talking about the album. I'm talking about the song, right? And to me ushered in a lot of these bands to just push the envelope
Yeah.
and to not do a normal thrash song, a normal metal song, a normal hair band song. Like they really took it and made their own. I mean, Lars Ulrich, I think when they were looking for a drummer, Lars Ulrich from Metallica auditioned for Dream Theater.
Yeah.
Okay, it was probably a publicity stunt, but I mean, they were that influential. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Well, for me,
Seabass says Fate's Warning.
okay.
Okay.
So for me, the Cramps influenced the Misfits, Motley Crue, Van Halen, pretty much all the hair metal bands.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that. We had a conversation about that not too long ago.
they were influential in these bands forming and eventually led to the formation of hair metal or glam metal.
But we're talking about pioneers of
Would
not
hair metal not be progressive?
No.
Why not?
Different subgenres.
I think
subgenre.
just off of like just the structure of the songs, how they're set up, the music making process and the production. I think Dream Theater, even though they also had big hair,
hmm
was not a Van Halen. It was not a Motley Crue.
I agree.
Yeah.
With
They were in that
that.
same era,
Same
the 80s,
era,
80s,
Yeah,
but they had 2 different crowds.
Yeah.
true. But
Plus-
hair
plus
metal is still kind of
plus
progressive.
Dream Theater, I don't think wore makeup,
All
or maybe they did. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with the little makeup.
No, there's nothing wrong.
right. So where would you guys rank your answers?
I'm last.
All right.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. I went more progressive alt rock.
I'll go with Dream Theater.
Yeah.
All right.
Too, yeah.
So will I.
Somebody, Big Mac said, if we really want to split hairs here, Sabbath influenced everyone.
True.
True. I mean,
True.
we talk about like the family tree of rock, and I mean we can
Dude, Sabbath, if not the trunk or on the trunk somewhere, just one of those huge limbs that they came out.
I'm gonna argue it's Rolling Stone story.
All
True.
Oh,
All
right.
What's next?
Chaotic stole the lead. Chaotic's got 3, Groompy's got 2, and Mayhem has 1.
Nice.
All right. The next one is grunge.
Ah, you just did it.
Well, I'll pick a different one because I do have.
I got one.
Also, if you want to see the true origins of grunge music, head over to RockMental on YouTube. We have
Just before I was born, so
some
I'm trying to
videos on it.
timelines.
We should make a band called Tipper Gore.
All
Well, more like
Well, the Warrant song,
Gipper Tour.
"Oh to Tipper Gore," where
Yeah.
everyone says "fuck" the whole time.
I put
Okay, this
myself
one's
dumb,
tough.
but I think they started before.
It's because there's 2 bands that I'm thinking of.
It's no contest.
All right.
It's no contest.
You want to start with Chaotic this time?
Soundgarden.
No.
Soundgarden. I put rest in peace. Soundgarden.
Two Soundgardens.
I had 2. I went with Mud Honey.
Mud Honey.
Okay,
Mud
Mud Honey.
And
That's good.
I was going to go with Hum. But Mud Honey, I think, is more grunge than Hum is.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Mud Honey and Soundgarden came out around the same. This was like
Yeah.
84,
it
85.
was mid 80s, yeah.
This was definitely before Nirvana.
Yeah, that's what I was going like.
Definitely before
I
Nirvana.
wanted to go with Soundgarden. I was like, hey, I'm so sure Soundgarden was before Nirvana.
It was. I think they officially formed in 84.
All right.
But I think Mud Honey, Soundgarden,
Hum,
they were all part of that. What was it?
kind of Pacific Northwest.
Pacific.
Yeah.
It was a specific. Was it Sonic Pump? There was like a label or movement that really started. Mud Honey was part of it. I think even the Melvins was part of it at one
Yes.
point.
Melvins.
Yes.
But I think Soundgarden is their sound came through. Their sound is the one that really started channeling.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Cornell and vocals was just
Yeah.
insane. I don't think. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna stand here and say that we wouldn't have Nirvana without Soundgarden. I think they're two
Mutually
exclusive. They're both there, but I think the Soundgarden really
least
steered
bringing-
grunge to where it
Yes.
eventually settled.
Yeah. Seabass said Green River.
Green River is another one.
Yeah.
It was also part of that
And
movement.
I think it was more of like a collection of bands that were refining a sound.
Yeah.
So like Mud Honey was in there and Hum was in there. The Melvins had like that heavy guitar
Yeah.
that you get sometimes. Soundgarden was in there. Hey,
All right. My one comment for this is, according to evangelical grunge fans, the true definition of a grunge band is they're from Seattle and they sound like Nirvana.
Wow. Okay.
According to my sources.
according to your sources.
Well, your sources aren't helping. The sources aren't helping me win.
All right. If is Soundgarden higher than Mad Honey, or is Mad Honey higher than
I'm
Soundgarden?
sticking with Mud Honey.
I
but
mean, it's
you
2
guys
against
are-
1.
It's 2 against 1.
2 against
Alright.
1.
All right. How
We'll
about
split the point.
we'll give everybody 1 point for that.
Okay,
Alright.
I agree with
I
that.
agree with
All
that
right,
one.
okay with that.
That's good.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah, fine.
High five.
Great.
All right. All
Great
right.
minds.
The next subgenre is thrash metal.
Oh, come on.
We had to cover all grounds, give everybody a fair chance
I
of
mean, is there anything
proving
I
their
would have to look
before
up
then?
dates.
knowledge of their favorite genre, you know? Big Mac. I bet Big Mac has a great answer for this subgenre.
what existed BM?
What was that?
For thrash, there's a like the data BM before.
Before Metallica.
Yeah. What existed before Metallica?
I'm going with what existed before Metallica.
Okay, all right. I'm not well versed.
All right, we're gonna start with Mayhem this time.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. All right.
I know which one you're getting.
You guys know what I'm gonna pick. Come on.
Groupie.
Metallica.
I can't see yours. Metallica. All right,
Metallica.
2 for Metallica.
Metallica and no one else. Okay.
And
All
nothing
right,
else
If we're gonna
matters.
talk about thrash, okay, people discount. I think people still think Metallica brought thrash metal to the mainstream, and they did,
Yeah.
but it didn't become mainstream until Injustice for All.
Yeah. Seabass also said Metallica.
Yeah, there was 3 full albums, 4 technically, if you include all the demos leading up to Kill 'Em All, leading up to Red Lightning, leading up to Master of Puppets, that had
Yeah.
0 airplay, that had 0 MTV, 0 nothing. They toured like crazy
Mhm.
because they moved to San Francisco.
Mhm.
They did everything because they knew what their sound was like. There was nothing like was going out there.
Mhm.
I mean, they had influences, obviously, the Motorheads and everything like that, but thrash in its most holiest existence,
Mhm.
that sound, that aggression, that attitude was 100% made by a
So
Mr. James Hetfield, a Mr. Lars Ulrich, a Mr. Cliff Burton.
would Black
And Dave
Sabbath
Mustaine.
be too early to be considered thrash
Yes.
Wait, no, let me add to his argument. Ditto.
metal? Yes.
My point is this: the influences matter too.
They do.
Motorhead, I was leaning towards Motorhead, but then remembered a couple of Black Sabbath songs that had a guitar riff that was a little pre-thrashy, if you will.
Okay.
And I would say that they were influenced by these bands to continue like that, pointing that aggression towards a thrash sound.
I feel you. But I think to Mr. Big Mac's point, Black Sabbath technically was everything.
True, it was everything.
All right.
In metal, yes. That's why
Okay.
I would put Black Sabbath.
We have
what
a
if-
very, very spicy take by Big Mac. Exodus created the whole genre. Slayer wouldn't be Slayer without Exodus. Exodus helped create the powerhouse that's Metallica, and they also moved to San Francisco for Cliff.
Ooh,
So,
you know what?
Big Mac might have just stolen the entire game from you guys.
I think,
And Exodus brought us Mr. Kirk Hammett.
True.
yep, he
Ooh.
did. He was stolen. That is
Big-
right.
You know what?
It is Exodus.
Give the points to Big Mac.
Yeah.
Give him all the points.
Mac.
Big
Give him
Mac.
all the points.
You're
Shit,
You're
I
getting
stand
all 3
corrected.
points, Big Mac.
It's just I really want to go to a Metallica concert.
All right.
I still stand by my argument. Well,
Ditto.
Ditto.
I get hats off. Big
Good
Mac.
job.
Big Mac.
Big Mac.
All right. The next subgenre is industrial.
Oh.
By the way, thank you so much for your input, Big Mac. It's just sad seeing you just steal the game away from these 3 real fans they consider themselves.
I think we're all gonna do the exact same one.
All right.
Yeah, can we just do it?
All right, yeah, go for it. 3, 2, 1, spin it. 9 Inch Nails.
Same logo and everything.
No, you did.
Oh,
What'd you do?
New
Blue
Order.
Monday
Oh,
by New Order.
9 Inch Nails?
9 Inch Nails.
I worked
Listen.
hard on that backwards end, guy. Come on.
Nine Inch Nails was influenced by New Order and all those new wave bands.
But it's
Have you seen
okay,
Have
okay.
you seen Trent Reznor's first band?
Oh yeah, I did see video of that.
It was not an industrial
It
band.
was totally new wave.
It was a new wave band. And new wave also influenced new metal.
Yeah, well, that
Yeah.
music theory is coming up.
That music theory is coming up. But New Order, for me, influenced all industrial.
You guys
Um,
agree?
I
You guys
agree, but you're still wrong.
All right, we're gonna give Mayhem the 2 points for
Yes.
this one.
Okay, okay.
Point.
And we'll give Groupie and Chaotic 1 point.
Thank you. I'll
All
take all
right.
the sympathy points.
Big Mac says genre history, especially thrash, is my
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then he said that they being Metallica, if Exodus would have released Bonded by Blood in 83 or 4, they would have been part of the Big Four.
Okay.
You know, I agree. I agree with that.
We appreciate your expertise, Big Mac.
Yes.
We
All right.
gotta check the experts.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Next.
The next subgenre is metalcore.
Oh, we talked about this.
Yes. Sorry, Groompy. This is a little bit outside of your.
I don't let me disappoint you here. I might be.
I mean,
My metalcore might be more Warped Tour oriented.
Yeah, I'm
My
trying to-
Cement, Devil Wears Prada, but they weren't the pioneers. They weren't the.
yeah.
We've talked about this. I'm gonna stick with it.
I'm gonna go with another Warped Tour band that I knew had been around
What's
for a
the name
while.
of that band?
So far, Chaotic is in the lead with 5 points. Mayhem and Groompy are tied with 4 points, and then Big Mac is pulling the rear with 3 with that insane snipe with Exodus.
I'm gonna have to recuse myself from this one. I can't think of that band.
I could totally go two ways with this one, but I'm gonna stick with our original argument that we made a few episodes.
Yeah. Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about. All right.
I'll go first just
Yeah,
because
it's your Groupies.
again, all my metalcore comes from my Warped Tour days.
Okay.
One of the ones that I knew had been going around for a while was Killswitch Engage.
Hey,
Ooh, yeah.
I'm very
Kill
excited.
Seabass and Big Mac also said Killswitch.
Killswitch
Engage.
Engage. Hell yes. Hell yeah.
I was a little torn. Killswitch Engage obviously was one, but there's another band, and I forgot. I might have seen him live too.
Again, for me, I've seen Killswitch Engage a couple of times, but
Mhm.
it was of Mice and Men, I believe was the name of the band. The
Yeah.
Devil Wears Prada.
All those were good. They were early, but
No, I don't even think they're. I mean, this was 2008, 2009.
yeah, Killswitch was like
90s.
late. Yeah.
All right, I do want to say something. Ace Wave said this conversation made me realize I do not have a lot of knowledge before the early 2000s rock/metal genres. I grew up with the early 2000s rock and metals. I know a few bands who formed in the 90s, like
That
Korn.
would be me. Hey,
said,
don't worry,
like
that'd be
Korn,
me.
but he's mostly a new metal head. So,
Okay.
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 I'm in the same boat. I have no idea. I'm not a huge nerd on the history of metal and rock and all that. I just like the music that I like. Uh-huh. All right, let's see what Mayhem said.
I gave in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Killswitch. All right.
Killswitch.
We'll give everybody a point for that.
There you go.
Except Mayhem.
It was gonna be Killswitch.
Give
but-
Seabass a point.
Yeah.
Give Seabass
Oh,
a
and
point.
Seabass. All right. Everybody's beating Mayhem right now.
Everybody's beating me.
No, I'm joking.
That's right. Don't bother come back.
All right. Chaotic's still in the lead with 6. All right.
Oh man.
The next is alternative rock is the next
Easy,
genre.
bro.
So are we
Alternative
going?
rock.
Yeah. So Big
See,
Mac.
I want to go 2000s right away, but I know
I use the
can go-
Sharpie. Hold on.
Big Mac. Oh,
I'm
Big
going-
Mac gave us a
just put
little
the-
history
Put
thing.
that on top of you.
He said
okay.
Converge helped pave the way for metalcore. Same with like the 95 in Flames.
You start calling him Professor.
Oh, I have a great answer.
Big-
it didn't
For
all the way come
alternative
out.
rock.
Alternative rock.
Yes.
Big Mac
Throw
is
this
here
Sharpie
to
away.
tell us if we're right or wrong.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's go with Mayhem first because he seemed pretty confident in his answer.
Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth. Ooh, I like that. I like that answer.
I like that.
I kind of agree.
Sonic Youth. I'm gonna go with Collective Soul.
Collective
Ooh,
Soul. Ooh.
Underrated. That was
Underrated.
really good. Yeah.
Underrated. I was originally gonna go with Bush, but Collective Soul I think came first.
I like Collective Soul more than Bush.
Yeah.
Period.
All right, let's hear what Groompy has to say, and then we'll go to the
Granddaddy.
comments.
Granddaddy.
Granddaddy, what?
Okay, you're gonna have to talk this one out.
I can't
I'm
tell
defeated.
I can't tell if you're
this one.
trolling or not.
So we're talking about alternative rock. So this is gonna be more geared towards indie in a way.
Okay.
So Granddaddy coming up mid late 90s kind of pioneered this sound that even to a point influenced, well, I don't want to say directly influenced, but came before the Strokes. this kind of little bit distorted sound with the melodic lyrics.
Done it 3 times.
If
It
you
looks
really
like-
have to listen like to an epitome of one song, it would be a AM 180, I believe is the name of the song. And oh my gosh, that is, to me, that is the alternative sound.
Gotcha. All right, the comments experts are in. They both
Oh,
said
yeah.
REM.
You know what?
Yeah.
REM
Uh,
is a
uh-huh.
good one.
that is.
Looks like we're giving the points to.
I think we're getting
Big Mac
Seabass and Big Mac
again.
the points.
Yeah.
I think they're
Damn.
Alright.
But I like Sonic Youth. That was a great answer.
Okay, give him a point.
We'll give,
I stand
we'll
corrected.
give Mayhem
That is
points.
a good one. Ace
And
Wave,
then-
see?
All right.
Do you think it's
They're
worth
the
taking away a
assassins.
point for saying Granddaddy?
All right, what's next?
The next one is rock rap.
Ooh.
So
Rock rap?
Rockwell.
yeah. I think I have an idea of what I would say for it.
I have one, but
I have one just for one song.
Yeah.
I have one that I just don't really care for.
It's all right.
Hold on.
Groupie,
Wait,
we'll
wait,
come.
I'm-
I
trying to remember
gotta
the
double
name.
check. I gotta double check. Hold on.
Oh, a quick score update. Groompy has 5, Mayhem has 5, Chaotic has 6, Big Mac has 6, and Seabass has 3.
Ooh.
Man, Big Mac's giving you a run for your money there, Chaotic.
Hey,
I'm gonna
it's-
change
I'm
my.
gonna start calling him Doctor Big Mac,
Dr. Big Mac.
Professor of Metal. It
His
is honorary
PhD
doctor.
in metalcore. All right, we'll start with Mayhem.
The Roots.
Ooh,
That is.
interesting.
Okay.
Answer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With Questlove.
With Questlove.
Okay.
That's right.
Mr. Chaotic, what do you got?
I got Public Enemy.
Ooh, Flavor Flav.
Flav. Just off the collab with Anthrax.
All right, Mr.
Answer now,
Mr.
but-
Groupie, Mr. Groupie, what did
I want
you
to
say?
change my answer now, but I wouldn't. I didn't think
Did
I
you?
had a good one, but once I saw the roots,
Oh, okay.
but I'll.
Aerosmith.
You stole my idea.
But going off the roots, A Tribe Called Quest.
Yep.
Oh.
The Tribe Called Quest is a good
okay.
one too.
That is a
That's a
good
good
one.
one.
Q-Tip.
All right, I'm gonna give my answer, and it's actually the one that the comment said too. Mine was the Beastie Boys, and
Beastie Boys were a punk band first, though.
Yeah, they were.
that's why I thought of that. Was like, it's not
Yeah.
that
Who
good of
said
an
Beastie
answer.
Boys? Seabass?
But Ace Wave, Seabass, and Big Mac all said Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys.
So-
Okay.
I would say, when did they start getting rap? Was it Paul's Boutique that they started getting a little
Rap.
into the
Rappy?
Yeah, that's still 80s. Yeah.
Still 80s. Okay.
And then Big Mac
The
said,
Roots-
Planetary. I do gotta say, Intergalactic is
So the
genius
Roots
song.
were kind of late 80s, early 90s. If I
Really?
remember
Tribe Called
correctly.
Quest
Yeah.
is 90s for
A
sure.
Tribe
Called
Called
Quest
Quest
is
is
90s,
90s.
yeah.
Roots might be around the same time. So yeah, Beastie Boys.
"Yep."
I would.
I think this was 80s.
Yeah, that was like that was. I want to say I was like a VH1 kind of
Yeah.
collaboration.
Huh.
Collab.
Big
How
Mac
about,
said,
how about Faith No More?
Faith No More is what I was gonna put for something else.
Oh, okay.
Big Mac said how Kerry King did guitar and produced one of the Beastie Boys albums.
Cool.
All right, so
All right,
where
give
are
me
we-
Beastie Boys. Give
where are we
the Beastie
No,
Boys.
ranking?
Beastie Boys is
Beastie
a
Boys
great
is a-
answer.
Good answer.
Seabass.
Yeah, I was thinking Beastie Boys, but I was like, that's not that good of an answer until I saw the experts say it in the comments.
So you got confirmation.
Yeah.
Alright.
I believe that's called fishing.
All right. What are we giving anybody else any points?
Yeah, Run DMC and Aerosmith. I'm kidding.
For that,
that
one
one
song. Well, I
For
guess,
that one song.
I guess I did
Yeah.
the same thing
All
too.
right,
Alright.
what's next?
Score update. Big Mac is in the lead.
Yeah,
with
Big Mac's gonna
8?
kill us.
Damn.
Dang.
Big Mac has 8. Chaotic has 6. Groupie has 6. Seabass has 5. Mayhem has 5, and I have 2. All right.
Okay, what's next?
The next one is pop rock.
Oh, this one's easy.
Easy.
Pop rock.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Ah!
The Beatles,
The
U2,
Beatles.
Green Day.
Green Day. Pop rock? Are we serious?
Ooh.
That's a little. I'm gonna need to hear Groompy's explanation on this one.
So as pop rock. Oh no.
Pop rock.
Yeah, no, I went punk
Oh,
pop.
pop.
Oh,
pop.
pop,
Yeah.
punk pop.
I was thinking punk
You gotta
pop in
mix
my
that
head.
up.
You know what? I'll double down.
Oh.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
You know, coming out of the 80s, we had that kind of the punk scene was kind of ending, and you had the hair metal.
Yep.
Hair metal was kind of what took over during that time, and that was rock at that time. While you had the movement of grunge coming and taking over that hair metal,
Yeah.
you had a little band over here from San Francisco
Yeah.
area, kind of taking that punk and making it more for the people, more
Yeah.
for
More accessible.
more for a wider audience.
Okay.
And while in the early days, in the 80s, they were still a little bit more punk. They had a lot of those pop elements already coming in,
True.
and this is
Welcome to paradise.
this is pre-Dookie. This is
Kerplunk.
Kerplunk would be one of their first EPs,
Yeah.
and the perfect song would be 2,000 Light Years Away.
Okay.
And I believe that is maybe 90, 91, but that song might be from the 80s.
All right.
If you want to play it.
So it looks like the comments geniuses say that the Beatles. They agree
The
with
Beatles?
Mayhem,
It
yeah.
is the Beatles.
No, it's specifically pop, yes.
I think the Beatles and the labels created the way that pop music is marketed now because of the Beatles.
Yes.
And the Beatles directly influenced bands like ABBA and Fleetwood Mac, whereas the Rolling Stones were more influences for like the Motorheads and
Yeah.
the Black Sabbath.
Deep
So
purple.
I would say the Beatles were the first.
Interesting. Big Mac, he said about the Hell Carrie King comment. He said he takes that back. Rick Rubin produced the first album, and it was Carrie that did the lead guitar on "Fight for Your Right" and "No Sleep Till Brooklyn."
Yep.
We need to talk about Rick Rubin one day.
You're gonna be the whole.
That dude has how many awesome bands has that guy not
Artists
only
in themselves, too.
not only discovered but like worked with?
Yes.
Well, not just legendary. Metallica worked with Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, System of a Down. I want to say Deftones did at one point, at least consulted.
yeah.
I mean, that dude's touched a lot of great bands.
He's
And-
responsible for my broken
Yeah.
neck.
Well, not just bands, but rappers too.
Rappers too.
Rappers
Yeah,
too,
rappers
yes.
too.
He touched all sorts of genres. I mean, that
Yeah.
guy.
Catch Rick Rubin's episode on Music Theory.
Yeah.
Mayhem.
Ace Wave
Was
said,
Rick Rubin a CIA asset? If you watch a lot of YouTube, then you know the answer.
Ace Wave said, "Dang, this is fun. Lol, I'm learning. I'm actually know a thing or two about history of genres after all."
Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
What's next?
I'm pretty sure we no longer need to keep score. Big Mac's just gonna win the
Yeah,
game.
Yeah.
he's running away with it.
All right. The next one is new metal.
Oh, I gotta write this with my left hand for those of you who know.
We talked about it already.
Yeah, we already got our answers. I apologize for ruining it. We all know who pioneered new metal.
I'm gonna go a little controversial here.
Oh boy, let's save Mayhem for last then. We'll start with Groompy.
Oh.
When he finishes writing his novel.
I was trying to draw it.
Oh.
I didn't finish. It's corn.
Yeah.
Corn.
Corn.
Okay,
All right,
hold on.
let's hear
Okay.
Mayhem.
I wrote it with my left hand and everything, just like Don Jonathan Davis. I love you, Johnny. I love you, Johnny D.
Yeah, everybody's saying
Mr.
corn.
Bungle.
Mr. Bungle.
What's his name? What's the name? Faith No More guy? Yeah, it's Mr. Bungle.
Mr. Bungle?
Mr. Bungle. Hold on.
So we're going Faith No More, Mayhem?
There you go.
It's corn.
Thank you.
That's-
You didn't. You put the R backwards.
So this is corn. This is
Oh.
this is elote.
This is
Yeah, not
Yeah,
the.
Mr. Bungle.
Big Mac said you could argue Linkin Park and Slipknot.
True.
I think corn did it first, though.
Yeah,
You know,
they did it first and they did it better.
Follow the Leader was
Slipknot.
just broke through.
Ace Wave said LP came before Korn though. Linkin
Yeah,
Park-
They did. I'm not.
Yeah.
We're doing timeline. Yes, I'm saying Follow the Leader was the holy shit album of that late '90s, early 2000s.
I think.
Okay, but
Yeah.
does that mean they mainstreamed it?
But Korn.
Well,
I
you
think,
can make the argument that Korn pioneered it, and then Linkin Park, Slipknot.
yeah,
mainstreamed
they
it.
followed just right after.
Okay.
I
What
think.
about Limp Bizkit?
Are they new metal though?
Ish, but did they come
Is-
before Korn?
Is Limp Bizkit a band?
Nesquik?
Nesquik.
I'm going Mr. Bungle.
Mr. Bungle.
They influenced
All
every
right.
single band that we just talked about. Check out Fieldy
But that's just like saying Black Sabbath for
Monkey.
anything else.
Okay.
from Korn.
Yeah.
Ask them where they got the
If I
rest
don't have
from.
an answer, I'm just gonna say Black Sabbath.
Bungle?
Mr. Bungle. It is Mike Patton's band from Faith No More.
Yeah.
And they were just weird experimental metal band.
I mean, Fieldy did come out and say, like, not just Flea, but yeah, bands like Faith No More and all those were direct influence.
Yeah. Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, Red Hot Chili Peppers, to a largely slighter
Okay,
extent.
but I'm gonna rebut in defense of Korn.
Big Mac said he does agree about about Follow the Leader, and then that Limp Bizkit is new metal, and he also agrees about Mr. Bungle too.
You see,
So-
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Big Mac.
I think influences are a little different.
Do we
Maybe
think- do we give everybody-
specify the band that made it
Well,
popular?
Do we
that was
give
my
everybody a
argument with
points?
Metallica
Mhm.
and Motorhead. Motorhead was their influence, but Motorhead wasn't.
Because if you went that way, emo could have been easily Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Because that
no,
was gonna be my answer.
there's no such thing as emo
Oh.
music, though.
Oh, there it is.
Stay tuned for
Stay
the
tuned for
next
Music
music theory with Mayhem.
If you want to see Mayhem wearing eyeliner,
It's not just the face, Mayhem.
gosh.
Alrighty.
All right, what's
next?
next?
The next subgenre is new wave.
Oh, this
And
is
then
easy.
while they're writing them down, we got a score update. Big Mac has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. Jeez. Mayhem has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chaotic and Groompy both have 7. Seabass has 8. Ace Wave has 5, and I have 2.
Okay.
I only answered 1. I only know a couple of the pioneers. All right, looks like we have our answers in.
Mhm.
Want to start with Mayhem on this one.
Joy Division.
Joy Division. All right, makes sense. That makes
The
sense.
Police.
Ooh, okay,
Ooh.
okay.
Roxanne.
Putting the Smiths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know,
I was gonna do that or Black Sabbath.
You need to distinguish minus Morris.
We have a very one-sided beef against Morrissey here at Rock Mental.
Yeah, I know.
we're just trying to egg Morrissey to
Yeah.
send us the fuck you.
I
That was so cool.
That'd be fucking awesome.
But I mean, the Police, man. Come on. Come on. Yes. New wave, dude.
Looks like
They were
Seabass
like
agrees.
the original ska band.
But without the horns.
But they were good.
But they were good. No, but they ushered in that new sound, man.
What
Come
about
on.
Devo then?
You know what? Devo. They were weird. They were pretty weird. Okay.
Can you put Seabass? Can you
Seabass said the police.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No,
Thank you.
Seabass, Devo.
We gotta wait for the professor, Mr. Big Mac, to
Yes.
tell us the right
see.
answer.
He's gonna say Devo.
It
I didn't even pick Devo, but
looks like the police is gonna win this one.
Yeah.
We'll give Dad a point for Joy Division.
Thank you, sir.
Wait, what did you say? Groupie?
Smith.
Devo, the Smith.
Smith?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said Devo, but
we're gonna take a point away from.
fuck you,
Morrissey.
Morrissey.
All right. It looks like Big Mac said the Velvet Underground.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is.
We need to talk about the Velvet Underground.
We do need to talk about Velvet Underground.
They have created a bunch of music.
Talk about influence.
Dude.
They
All right.
influenced a lot.
Oh, yeah. Even just the parts themselves. Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello.
Lou
yeah.
Reed.
I mean, if you go down that road, I mean, Elvis Costello, Lou Reed. You
Mhm.
go that. I mean, you can even track it all the way to like, what's his name? what's his name? Body is Wonderland.
Oh, John Mayer.
John Mayer, that dude.
John Mayer.
I don't know why that was the first song that
Yes.
came to my head, but
All right, how many points are we giving Big Mac for the Velvet Underground?
dude, I'm like 5.
Yeah. He's running away with it.
All right, we'll just declare Big Mac the winner,
So
Put
yeah,
the
he knows
infinite
more
sign.
than we do.
Yeah.
and then we'll just defer to him on how many points.
Yeah,
we
and
get
we'll
for all
defer
our
to him
answers.
for the rest of
These
us.
these next ones are just gonna be for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like our encore.
All right, yeah, we got 3 more.
All right, which one?
This one is experimental rock, so not alternative, experimental,
Not progressive.
Not
not progressive, experimental.
experimental.
By the way, thank you guys so much for playing. We appreciate all of the engagement we get from you guys.
Actually,
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
what I just said.
Looks like Mayhem's ready. You want to go first, Mayhem?
Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa. Ooh,
Devo.
Ooh,
Devo.
Devo. Okay.
All right.
Grateful Dead or Fish.
Ooh. Okay.
Alright, you can't
How
have 2
experimental
answers.
are we getting though?
They were on a lot of drugs.
Is Grateful Dead considered psychedelic rock though?
They're more acid rock, but Frank Zappa did it with no
Oh, very true.
additional medicinal.
That's just his craziness.
He's just
Genius.
brilliant.
True.
Yeah. Devo. Devo. I will give Devo this.
Experimental.
They could write a song, and it was weird, but it was a good weird.
It was
It's
a
good.
very good weird.
Yeah.
So how about my 1B, Fish?
Fish. But is Fish even good?
We didn't say that to be good. They just gotta say they're pioneers.
No, Grateful Dead definitely came before Fish, I think.
Big Mac said Zappa, so it's Zappa.
Yeah.
Devo, come on, Big Mac.
on.
Bro is playing music
Weedest.
on bicycle wheels. Can't get any more experimental than that. He was
That's
in the
true, that's
lab.
true.
If that's true, then I'll change my answer to Herbie Hancock.
He's like, let's put baseball cards inside of the spokes of a wheel. That's metal as fuck.
Amazing.
Well, he was so experimental. He had to be called up to a Senate hearing.
Yes. He got called up to Senate here.
All right, the next subgenre. It's not really a subgenre, I guess. Now it's considered its own is punk. Just straight.
Oh,
punk.
this one's hard.
Okay.
For me,
British or
I have-
American?
I have an
True.
answer for me.
British or American? Should we separate this?
I guess we could do both American punk and British, or yeah, and British punk.
So
Or
it's from-
European.
know
We'll
my
go European
dates
punk.
to-
So
We don't want to
many,
exclude.
many consider the Sex Pistols the first.
Hold on.
Okay, we'll
I
start with American punk first.
shit.
We'll go with American punk first. I apologize.
This one.
I have my answer personally in the one that I think. I could be wrong though.
This could have gone 2 ways.
All right. Here, actually, I want to go first. I have 2. My
Okay.
2 were the Ramones and Black Flag. Those were my 2 that I
I
was
went
like,
Ramones for American.
Yeah. I went Ramones.
yeah,
Oh, I went Rancid.
Rancid
For
All right.
punk?
for punk.
I'm already lost, man.
You're
It's dark. I'm just trying to create conversation.
We gotta
And-
wait for the experts on the comments. But why do you think Rancid chaotic?
Because just like how they don't know metal, I don't know punk.
Ah, okay.
Overall, though, I don't know. Clash or Six Pistols?
So I was torn between the Ramones and the Stooges.
The Stooges.
Oh, for American?
For American,
Yeah,
the
that's a good
Ramones were definitely more popular, but I feel like the Stooges are more
Stooges. I
influential.
forgot about the Stooges. Actually,
yeah,
you know what the
Stooges is a good one.
Yeah.
Figure you give yourself points.
Yeah. Seabass and Big Mac both said the Ramones, so I'm giving myself
Yeah,
points
okay.
for that.
And then the Pistols, UK, definitely. I don't think you can have.
Yeah, the Pistols for UK.
I don't think you could have British punk without the Pistols.
Okay.
That's true.
And a
I
huge
get
amount
that.
of heroin.
Yeah.
It's like,
Alright.
growing up, Mini Metalhead, he was really into Jake and the Neverland Pirates on Nickelodeon, and it
Uh-huh.
was like all the Ramones. It was like Ramones inspired
Yeah.
music. It was really cool. So it was something for the adults too.
That's
Nice.
cool.
All right. The last subgenre is post-hardcore.
Oh, we're all gonna get this one.
I mean, do we even have to write it down?
If you guys all flip it over and it's the
Wait.
same, that would be the coolest thing ever.
Ready?
Wait.
All right. 3, 2,
3
1.
at the drive-in.
At the drive-in.
At the drive-in. It not even close.
Not even close.
Half of them were jumping off of the ceilings and like burning shit to the ground.
When you get banned from a David Letterman show
Yeah.
and you haven't even finished playing yet,
Yeah.
that's when you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big Mac says the Stooges are great, but when you think 1970s American punk, everybody says the Ramones.
That's what I was thinking. The Ramones definitely more popular. The Stooges I would consider more influential, but
Yeah.
I don't think you can get along without the Ramones.
All right. And
At
then
the
for
drive-in
post hardcore,
for
we're still waiting
post-hardcore.
for the Mr. PhD to drop his answer.
So not even so at the drive-in was so different.
Yeah.
They were before any other really post-hardcore band, before AFI, before really any of them.
Yeah.
And it's just brilliant. Like just the noise and the energy they had.
Yeah.
Shit.
I went down a rabbit hole one night and I was looking at like news things about at the drive-in, or no, at the drive-in, is that what? Yeah, at the drive-in, and it was like, look at these just like hooligans running around on stage, and they just got kicked out of their like 6 venues or something just for being so stupid.
Yeah.
But the music rocked.
Yeah,
It was amazing, dude.
and then everybody was like, "You guys don't know real
Great.
music."
I mean, I know One Arm Scissors, their most famous song, but that song changed it all, man.
Yeah,
It did change it all. And what's funny is like a lot of their music's like the lyrics are kind of nonsense sometimes. But
System of a Down?
But you can feel like
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
feel what he's singing about. Like it's amazing that band lasted as long as it did. But man, I think a lot of people were relieved because
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're still waiting for the comments to come in. Thank you
So-
guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. We hit 5K.
That's right. Hey,
Yes.
and if you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Music, please put in the comments what you
Please.
think. If we
Absolutely.
missed a band on any of these subgenres, or if you have a
Yes.
subgenre of your own that you got a
Please
hot
cool
take,
us.
please put that in the comments.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Big Mac agrees at the drive-in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, post hardcore is nothing without at the drive.
Yeah, the
I
drive-in.
can't even think of another band that came out
Other
at the
than
same
the
time.
Mars
At the same
Volta
time?
and Sparta,
Well, no,
which are
that
at the
came,
drive-in.
that came out at the same time.
But that
Oh,
came
they're
out
not.
to like 2000, like
Yeah.
They were
Late
Sparta,
90s.
Thursday, the Fall of Troy.
yeah,
All those came out after.
Thrice. All the,
they were a good 2 or 3 years before those bands. Like
No,
they
no,
were
like
ahead.
4.
all these bands were early 2000s.
Mm.
Yes, At the Drive-In was a whole decade ahead of them.
A whole decade, yeah.
All right, we have another subgenre from Ace Wave. He said, "What about electronic metal?"
Ooh,
Rammstein.
Rammstein's a
Rammstein,
good
that's
one.
a good one.
Rammstein.
Ace
Or
Wave said, "I See Stars."
you could also make the case for Prodigy.
You know what? Prodigy is a very underrated band.
I just like the dude's hair.
Yeah.
Matthias Sata.
if he hadn't talked about a very misogynistic song,
That's true.
they
yeah.
would have been a lot more popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, very good band.
Electronic.
I like Rammstein. I mean, Rammstein
Rammstein's good.
with
Mhm.
Du Hast, and I mean, Du Hast was like the most popular, but that's not even their best song.
Yeah.
No. And then you have industrial bands too that did electronic. Not so much Nine Inch Nails, like Stabbing Westward
Mm.
Those- but
included
it was
some.
yeah,
It was more industrial, but it had
industri-
some
yeah.
kind of electric stuff.
Yeah.
They got some good electric metal bands like Sleigh Bells. Got some pretty good
yeah,
good stuff.
yeah.
Hmm.
I hear you. I hear you.
What
Hmm.
genre would you guys put the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in? Sorry, this is an ADHD tangent. I was just thinking of
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
yeah,
Christmas metal.
Christmas metal.
Christmas metal.
Christmas metal. I like that. No, it's really good though.
I was gonna
Yeah,
call
it
it.
is.
I was
Yeah.
gonna call it
It is.
Heavy Holly.
Yeah,
Heavy
Heavy
Holly.
Holly.
I would call like power metal kind of. It's a bunch of anthems, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Power metal.
Power
That
metal.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Power metal
Yeah.
with orchestral.
Big Mac said Rammstein for electric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rammstein, dude, that Du Hast, the video.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
My
I-
mom cut off cable.
I was about to say I wasn't allowed to watch it.
I think my mom cut the cable out.
Big Mac said that Rammstein had a killer live show. He got to see them in 2013.
Yeah.
I think I watched during the pandemic. I think I watched one of their concerts. Wow, like just
Yeah.
a lot. Just a
I saw.
lot.
I saw.
That's
Snippet
something
one
too.
time,
Have
and I
you
was
seen like have you seen German concerts about how crazy the people go for
They're
it?
nuts.
It's insane.
They're
Yeah.
nuts.
And And for Rammstein too, dude, like
Yeah.
how insane they are just as a band. I mean,
Yeah.
what's his name? Till, the lead
Yeah.
singer. That dude's fucking crazy, and the dude can sing.
Big Mac said that Trans-Siberian Orchestra goes into neoclassical Christmas power metal.
There you go. I like it.
I trust Big Mac.
Yes.
There we go.
classical.
All right. So anyway,
Anyway,
if you think we're full of shit, let us know. 'Cause we likely are.
yeah.
But moving right along, we have a playlist, and we like to put
Oh yes.
bands into this playlist. You know, I think I described a little bit about my process, but we do take great care, and you know, the bands that we listen to, the artists that we listen to. We wish we could. I mean, I wish I could highlight all of these bands, but we just don't have the time, honestly. So
yeah.
we
We're
like to
already
put
at
up
2 hours.
yeah, we put up these bands on our playlists, and we hope that you all take a listen as well. So who's gonna go? What order we do? Let's go in
Let's go the order we were
the
going.
order we're going. Yeah.
So, I didn't have too much besides the city. I did add some hip hop in there.
Okay.
Abby the Nomad. I think he'd be right up your alley.
I'd be the Nomad.
Abby the Nomad. Kind of hip hop, a little bit of. There's a little bit traces of like some alternative indie rock in there, but
Okay.
Abby the Nomad, very very good hip hop artist.
Okay.
Then we had a conversation about one hit wonders
Okay.
Uh-huh.
and how there's some artists that have a good body of music, but unfortunately they're just remembered for one song.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So, and we were talking specifically about an artist that disappeared, and I'm like, he didn't disappear, he's been around this whole time.
Yeah.
So go check out The Basics. I played it for Chaotic, actually. He's like, oh, this is
This is
good.
good. Who is this?
Yeah.
I never heard of these.
Okay.
Very, very popular in Australia, The Basics.
Are you gonna tell him?
Yeah, I'll tell him. The lead singer goes by the name of Gautier.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
He's just somebody that we used to know.
Oh! You were waiting for that.
Yeah,
You were waiting for that.
Amazing music. The Basics is amazing music. They've been around kicking it since the early 2000s.
Okay.
He just took a left turn, did a solo album,
Yeah.
and came back to the band. They've been making music this
Yeah.
whole time, the past 20 years.
Gautier's music is actually really good.
It's extremely good.
Yeah.
He got the radio treatment though. He got one good song, throw in Kimbra in there,
Yeah.
and then the rest of
Yeah.
the stuff just kind of went to the side.
Just kind of went
yeah.
there. Yeah.
The thing is, he never did anything besides that one album.
Yeah.
He never came out with an EP. He never came out with any more songs solo.
That's crazy.
He puts his time into the basics.
I was gonna say it was when you showed me The Basics. I was just like, "This is no way. This is Gautier. This is
It
no
is
way."
Good music.
Very good.
Very good music.
It does not sound like.
No,
something
it
I
does
used to
not
know.
sound. Yeah, it does not have the same sound.
He went back to the basics.
Oh, okay.
I was. Waiting, I was
So
waiting
yeah,
for him
check
to.
out The Basics. It's on the playlist, and then possibly to a band that might get featured soon.
Ooh, okay.
Think of kind of the lo-fi movement, the Strokes. Yeah, that kind of sound. Playing Mexican regional, kind of ranchero
Okay.
music.
Ranchero?
Okay.
Yes, I said it.
The Strokes.
Kind of mix those two sounds together,
Okay.
and you get a band called Los Juanos.
Los Juanos.
Los Juanos
Okay.
from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
They have about, I think it was, if I'm correct, about 6,000 listeners on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Now that you said it, sounds totally Tejano.
yes, that was another great way to describe it. Kind of like give a rock version of Tejano music.
Okay.
Okay.
Think, Selena, Bobby Pulido,
Oh, Bobby. Okay, yeah.
but give it a rock injection into there, like an indie rock injection into it.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead singer, he goes off on this kind of like a you know, moan kind of yell,
Mhm.
and maybe it's all these years of Deftones, but I like it, bro.
Yeah.
People make fun of me. What do you like about the Deftones? Something about a guy moaning in my ear, bro.
This is a family show. Not really. But
I understand what you're saying. Not in the way you said
no
it.
judgment.
I no judgment.
It's one of the craziest like descriptions of the Deftones ever.
Yeah.
But do you disagree?
I mean,
It's like I don't
that
want
works
to
for you, man.
agree.
Hey, more power to you.
I don't want to disagree. No, but Los Juanos, check them out. They're on the playlist. They might be featured back in a week or two. Los Juanos.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I added 4 bands. The first one is Echelon. I put a song called Denial. They did a collab with another singer. They only have 4K followers. They're more metalcore,
Okay.
and they're from the UK. They're really good stuff. If you like heavy breakdowns, these are you guys. The next band I added is actually the band we featured and we talked about a little bit, Honey and Verosa. They hail from El Paso, Texas. They have
Heck yeah.
52 listeners. 52.
Oh,
That's it. If you like melodic metal, I heard Ice Nine Kills
Yeah.
just without the
nice.
clown. The song that was playing was called Strawberry Strawberry. And at the show, the lead singer was very open about like his own mental health struggles.
Mhm.
So a lot of the music does have a lot of the same themes. So they're really good. Honey and Verosa, please check them out. These guys are
So good.
so good. The next band is called Chained Saints. They're a thrash band from Florida. They're a little more popular. They got 38,000. These are my version of the Florentines. They're youths.
Okay.
They're like 17 and 18 years old.
Nice.
They're young. I don't think they can
I
like.
like this.
I don't think they can go buy a lottery ticket. Okay, but they're thrashing. They're really good.
Okay.
Nice.
Very good for being that young. The precision and the riffs and everything, just so good.
Mhm.
And then I added our friends from Struck Down. They
Yes.
released their latest single, One Last Drag. It is so good.
So
guys.
Yeah.
good.
It is so good. I mean, we featured them a few weeks back. They're already
Mhm.
Yeah.
polished. They're so good. But this new song, and we may or may not have spoken to the guys at Struck Down. Just saying, we may not do a little video conference, if you will.
They
And
may or may not be some of the coolest people you'll ever
they're
watch.
so like talk about down to earth. These were dudes. Like
Yeah.
it felt like I was talking to like some old
Mhm.
friends.
Yeah.
They're so cool. But the song One Last Drag is 100% about mental health.
Yep.
It talks about like some of these hollow and empty words of advice people give. Like, have you
Mhm.
tried smiling? It
Oh,
could always be
God.
worse. It
Yeah.
goes all
Oh.
into that, and it talks about like basically an fu
Yeah.
to all to
Yeah.
all that. It's so good. Check it out. Add it to the playlist. That's your homework. Homework assignment 1: go take the Heads Up Guys depression self check.
Yes.
Homework number 2: go listen to Struck Down. So good.
Yes.
All right. Well, I have a few. The first I will go ahead and talk about are the Arcs.
The art.
Ours.
A bigger band, 371,000 monthly listeners. Yesterday I was doing a little yard work. I was like, my neighbor might not like, heavy death metal. So I was like, I'll put this band on. And I'm like, they sound like the Black Keys, but good. The lead singer is actually a lead singer from the Black Keys. Named Dan Auerbach.
No wonder.
There's a reason.
But really good, like really good. And it kind of reminded me of like the Black Keys in their heyday.
Okay.
Like
Oh, okay.
couldn't put out a bad song. That's kind of what it reminded me of. I got a little nostalgic a little bit. The next band, one Devin Thompson.
Devin Thompson.
She's got 8,000 monthly listeners. She's from LA. Imagine PJ Harvey with like a great band. I mean, PJ Harvey had some great bands,
Yeah.
but
I was
like
about to say, yeah.
more so alt rock.
Mhm.
Really good. Happens to be a Gibson guitar artist.
Gibson. We like.
So she's not only great, but also like recognized as being great
Yeah.
by a very great.
Well, Gibson
company.
guitars, they represent the best of the best.
Yeah.
They
Oh, yeah.
represent Kirk Hammett, Dave Mustaine, Slash.
Well,
Yeah.
this girl and her band are really good. Like
Oh.
when I love PJ Harvey. It's like the energy she has,
Yeah.
great music, just a lot of the same but more modern. She's very impressive for me. Might
Yep.
see her.
Devin Thompson.
Okay.
Starling is another band. 5,000 monthly listeners. They're also from LA. They've got kind of like a psychedelic shoegaze thing, and it's
Tell me more.
It's weird.
Right down his
It's
alley.
good. So their song that I put on is called Bottle Brush Tree. Pretty weird,
Sounds like a psychedelic name already.
but
Yeah.
it is really good.
Oh, hey Bella.
Hey,
What's up, Bella?
Oh, what's up, Bella? Sorry you joined right at the end. You can catch the full interview though afterwards on YouTube.
Did you get a hat last week?
I think your hat's coming.
Maybe it should be on the way.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, and finally, I called dibs on this band.
Uh-oh.
By Way of Fire, 20 listeners per month. 20.
20.
Which is
20.
fucking insane.
Mhm.
Jeez.
They sound a lot like a modern Black Sabbath.
Oh, I'm already interested.
Listen, just take a listen.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
really great. At first when I played them, I was like, what the f is wrong with my Spotify? But it was them. And it's just really, really great, kind of like a classic metal sound, that Black Sabbath kind of really great. You guys definitely need to check it out.
All right.
Interesting.
Before we move on to the outro, Big Mac said he has a few local Atlanta bands. He suggests By Way of Fire being one of them. He
Okay.
also suggests Severed without the E before the D.
Oh, you got to talk about those guys. Yeah.
Silent Euphony, Apathetic Discharge, The Anger Within, and Ballistic Threats.
Anger Within.
take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please
All-
go check all of these bands out, guys. They deserve your love. They deserve your listens. If you like any of these type of bands,
Absolutely.
please go listen to them.
Yep.
And,
And then-
Bella says she got her
Yeah.
her hat. Hey.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
So I know Big Mac, Bella, Seabass, all of you are awesome supporters of RockMental. Send us or tag us on a photo wearing your RockMental gear. We'll definitely give you a
Yeah.
repost. I was about to say retweet. I don't know. I'm repeating myself. But we'll definitely give you guys some kudos on social
Yes.
media. Thank you for your support, guys. And if you want to buy some more, you could also go to rockmental.com/shop and check out some of the goods that we got there. Also, go to Sonder Mountain Apparel at Sonder Mountain Apparel or sondermountainapparel.co.com, I believe. I'm making figure work back there.
Yeah, I'll put it.
We were talking about merch, so let's talk about merch.
Yeah.
Go check out their stuff. They got exclusive RockMental items, all tattooed inspired, really good stuff. Any way you do it, it just helps us do what we do, help you bring you the rock, about bringing mental health discussion. And I think they look pretty awesome. So
Nice.
Awesome. And don't
Please do
forget, don't forget our mental health resources, rockmental.com/help. 988, a great place to start. And because it's Veterans Day tomorrow, reach out to that veteran in your
Memorial Day.
life.
Yes.
Oh, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
It is Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Okay.
Yes.
Why am I like months away? Okay.
Yeah.
It is Memorial Day. Reach out to that veteran in your life. Go visit a gravestone. Just really show appreciation for those who serve.
Absolutely.
And if you know a veteran in your life that's having trouble with mental health, 988 is a great place to start. Rockmental.com also has our /help also has links and resources to our mosh pit mentality, helping survivors, and heads up, guys, you all have homework. Don't forget to do your homework.
Yes.
Dudes. Yes, dudes.
That being said, guys, please join us again next week. You know, we already gave you teasers about the bands we've been researching. We have more games for you guys, and we're always working for something else besides. So
Yeah.
besides joining us next week, stay tuned to our socials. We might have another Beyond the Pit
Mm.
come
sure
in
will.
during the week,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, just any of our in our socials, we'll have a lot of posts and a lot of dialogue for you guys. Bella, Big Mac, Seabass, send us those pictures. I know Bella, you said your fiance's wearing it.
Yeah.
Send a picture of him wearing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Please, we'd love to see it.
we'd love to see you guys wearing our merch.
And where can they find those social pages
Yes,
there?
at
Yes.
Rock Mental Official on pretty much all the social media platforms. We just started live streaming on Facebook and Instagram, so if you wanna figure out that, I don't know what Groompy is doing. Make sure to head over to rockmental.com for all of the social resources, and we have our blogs there too. So if like you wanted to figure out how the Lockjaw concert was, we have a blog up already on there. Yeah, huge shout out to our fans. Big Mac says, by way of Farrah, my boys, they opened up for the festival, the Yonder Ways Metal Fest.
Oh,
They
there you
lost
go.
their drummer last year, sadly, and
Oh.
they've grown really close with them.
Oh man,
Yeah, we need to put together some fan playlists.
I think
Yes.
so. I think so.
Sounds like we
I think we
do.
got a lot to learn from Dr. Big Mac.
Exactly.
He's
Put a
a-
class on.
He schooled
Yeah.
us, man.
Yeah,
He schooled us. We're up here playing checkers, and he's there playing 5D chess.
every single one of his answers were like, you know
It
what,
was
that
spot
makes
on.
sense.
100%.
That
It
makes
was
sense.
on. But thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for subscribing and keeping up. Want to say we hit 5K because of you guys.
Yeah.
And so we just thank you so much for showing your support. Thank you so much for being willing to talk to three guys who talk about rock and their feelings. But let's keep it going. He's to another 5K. Thank you so much. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And let's rock and have a kick-ass day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, have an awesome week, guys.
Yeah.
Some more honey and barossa, man.
They rock, man.
Dude, they gotta buy it.
I'm telling you, purple flying bee.
Oh, Big Mac says, thank y'all for what y'all do.